PatriotSupply.com.
Ladies, some of you sickos willingly accept that with the big doe eyes that you don't even need from a Snapchat filter and just look up at R. Kelly and say, give me your best.
The Rancevizzo.
United 7.
MoJo 50.
Hey guys, Matt Locke, the Conservative Cartel. I'd like to take a minute and tell you about a new weight loss product that's instantly becoming part of the MoJo 50 family. It was launched by a Dallas area company who had taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. A 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened, and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. One Ridge's Own client, Sarah, recently lost over 100 pounds. While she looks amazing, she has been struggling every day with cravings. Now that she's taking Ridge's Own, she says it's so much easier to control her appetite and she's not thinking about food all day. Ridge's Own contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to ridgezone.com, RIDUZONE.com, and enter the code MATT, M-A-T-T. That's Ridgezone, RIDUZONE.com.
MoJo 50. The question isn't
Who's going to let us?
The question is, who's going to stop us? Adjust your mojo now. Thank you.
The mothership has landed.
Doc Thompson. Brad Staggs. The mighty MoJo 50.
Now, Doc Thompson remains on vacation in Florida in several places. I'll let you know when he gets back.
He's spreading himself kind of thin.
He is actually, and it's it's hard to get him to do any work anymore. And the answer, Mojo Jedi, to your tweet, will Brandon be on time this morning? No. No, he's not. So
we're working on him.
Yeah, we are. It's it's this younger generation. They just can't get their ass out of bed.
Just can't seem to get it right.
I don't know what it is, but we'll give him his daily beating when he gets here. And by the way, he hates that, so we'll continue doing it. A quick update here, and I say quick. I don't want to make it a quick update because the people that are suffering through this, the Midwest flooding,
it's definitely not been quick for them.
No, it hasn't. And I was just looking online there. The National Groundwater Association, which, who knew, estimates that people living in more than 300 counties across 10 states now have their groundwater threatened from bacterial and industrial contamination carried by floodwaters. Think about that. If you are on a well, it's a well is a hole in the ground, Howard, to quote a line from a play. When you have this sort of flooding, you basically, you inundate the area, the huge area with water, which of course picks up every chemical that's on the ground, that's under the ground, that's animal waste, that's in sewage treatment plants. It all mixes together in a big soup and then seeps back into the ground and back into the wells. That's what they're dealing with. It's horrible. Devastating. 10 states, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. The most immediate concern, they say, is the floodwaters contaminated with anything they've picked up and moving across the ground. High waters carry bacterial contamination from flooded wastewater treatment plants, septic tank systems. Think about that. The water gets down in there in the septic tanks and then just kind of bubbles back up.
Yeah, I didn't think about all that when I was walking around in Houston with chest deep water.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Well, and this
crossed my mind.
This is going to sound, at the risk of sounding, well, you'll understand what I'm saying when I say it. Women especially, you can't go walking through this water.
That's a fact.
Depending on the extent of the severity of the flooding, those floodwaters will contain a lot of potentially harmful chemicals as well. I mean, this is the. Remember what happened on 9/11? All of those chemicals, everything in that building when it came crashing down, just kind of mixed up and all over everything. And that's what's happening in the Midwest. All of this water is just mixing everything up, every nasty thing in the ground, and it is contaminating their water supply. If you'd like to help, And I know a lot of people would, and you feel helpless because what can you do? You can go to Matthew 25 Ministries. That's m25m.org. We tweeted out a link a little earlier this morning, and if you can help in some way, there's a donate button right there on the front page. M as in Matthew, 25M as in Ministries, m25m.org. And they are they're concentrating their efforts up there on that Nebraska flooding and those areas. It is just it's horrible. One woman in Hayes, Kansas, she has donated 204 pairs of shoes to Nebraska flood victims after she bought everything that was left at a closing Payless store. The shoes were part of a flood relief shipment taken to farmers in Nebraska by Fort Hays State's agricultural sorority, Sigma Alpha, during the weekend. This woman is a graduate of Fort Hays State. Her name is Addie Tritt. She said she wanted to help others because so many people have helped her in the past. The store dropped the prices to $1 a pair.
How many pair?
204 pairs. So she went in, and I mean that's something you could do. Go to like Goodwill, and then
that's true.
You know, before you do any of that, contact Matthew 25 Ministries. Contact them first. Find out because they've got people on the ground. They've got people up there that know exactly what is needed. There's a story on I think it was CBS that one woman who had 8 feet of water, and this is just one of thousands of stories. A woman who had 8 feet of water in her basement. Think about that. Think about if you have a basement, going into your basement, or hell, not even your basement, first floor of your house, going in and water up to the ceiling. Think about everything that would just all mix together. And then you got to get in there and clean it out. It's it's devastating. It's just, ugh.
Yeah, it's not over when the rain stops.
Nope. As a matter of fact, they say this could last well into the spring because all the snow and all of the rain, it's going to be flowing downhill.
Well, and even months after that, if you don't have somebody to redo your house, or if you're, I mean, because quite honestly, I know it took us almost a year after the house fire to get everything rebuilt and get everything set.
Yeah.
Before everything calmed down.
And then you have to deal with asshat scammers too.
Yeah.
Come wandering through and say they're going to fix stuff. And
I was going to say asshat insurance people, but you know what? Our insurance was actually pretty good. And if you've got good insurance, they'll do you right. But there are a lot out there that don't at all. And
this is as good a time as any to tell you that you should. One of the things, and what a pain in the ass, especially given the fact that yesterday we talked about the average American home has over 300,000 things. If you went out and counted every shirt and shoe and screwdriver and razor, you got 300,000 things in your house. Now, not all of them need to be documented, but it would be beneficial to you and to your insurance if you had photo records of everything.
Okay, so
take pictures of everything you
by
got.
way of experience. Number one, I had 520,000 things in my house.
What? Seriously?
Seriously, because I had 4 families basically living there. It was my immediate family, my mother-in-law, my daughter and her 2 kids, and Matt Locke.
Well, hell, there's 400,000 things
no,
right
he
there.
didn't have a lot, but
no, that's right. He's been divorced.
But I mean, here's what you should do. Really, you should walk around your house with your phone, video it at the beginning of every month, and here's why: because when you have a house fire or you have a flood, you don't remember the things that are in drawers. Just open the drawer and take a snapshot of it. You don't remember those things, and they want you to list it all.
Yeah.
If you're going to get paid for it, you have to list it all. And it was tough.
Oh yeah, I mean, and especially after the fact, after the flood, after the fire, it's hard to go back and figure out what you had. So it's a good idea to, like you said, just walk through with a video camera and videotape each room. And, again, it's, you don't need the toothpaste and your toothbrushes and all that, but stuff that's valuable. It's just a good idea to have it on record so that if anything ever happens and store it on the cloud.
Well, and quite honestly, even the stuff that's not valuable, because here's how it works. Insurance, even if you're not going to keep it, insurance will either replace it for you,
right,
or they will pay you to have it cleaned. And if you decide to throw it away, you still get the cleaning costs.
For furniture and stuff.
Oh, no, I'm talking about anything.
Toothbrushes?
Anything. Now that's your
You mean
personal.
my 24 karat gold plated toothbrush that I lost?
Exactly.
It was worth $400.
Exactly.
That one?
I had a garage full of garage sale items. That was stuff
Mhm.
that we were going to sell in a garage sale.
Right.
We didn't end up having to sell it. We made more money because of the insurance,
Right.
and then just threw it in the dumpster.
Well, there you go.
It's just the way it works, folks. You pay into insurance all your life and hope you never have to use it.
Mhm.
But when you have to, use it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you hope you never have to, but if you have to, get in there and grab it. That's what it's there for. So again, go to Matthew 25 Ministries. It's m25m.org if you can, if you want to or can help in some way with the flooding. Let's move on to some other news. Hey, how about Canada? They're warming at twice the global rate, according to a new climate report. Bunch of Canucks. Hey. Canada is warming twice as fast as the rest of the world, this according to a landmark government report, warning that drastic action is the only way to avoid catastrophic outcomes. It stops right there at the border, though. Right there at the border between the United States and Canada. The science is clear. They say Canada's climate warming more rapidly than the global average. This level of warming effectively cannot be changed. Okay, well, then it settles that. If you can't change it, what are you going to do about it? Nancy Hamzawi, the Assistant Deputy Minister for Science and Technology at Environment and Climate Change Canada. Well, that's a partying bunch.
Sounds like it.
Whoa, you ought to see their Christmas parties. Wearing lampshades on their head. Environment and Climate Change Canada. She told this to reporters on Monday. The report that was released late on Monday by Environment and Climate Change Canada paints a grim picture of Canada's future in which deadly heat waves and heavy rainstorms become a common occurrence. 43 government scientists and academics authored the peer-reviewed report. Well, if the government says it's got to be true. Temperatures globally have increased 0.8 degrees Celsius since 1948. Canada, however, has increased 1.7 degrees Celsius, more than double the global average. So there you go. We can't even run to Canada now. Damn it.
Nope, too hot.
What are we going to do?
I promise you the folks up on the Canada border, they're not thinking that right now.
No, probably not, I would say. A new study has found, speaking of stuff that we own, a new study finds that Americans check their phones 80 times a day on vacation. On vacation. 80 times a day. That's a lot of times to be checking your phone.
And some people check it more than that.
Yeah, that's just the average. So, I mean, there's just some check it hundreds of times a day. Wouldn't it be nice if every time you checked it, you had the fuzzy, warm feeling that you were helping out the conservatarian causes that you so endorse, that you wrap yourself in, that you're not funding those nasty progressive campaigns, those progressive organizations like Planned Parenthood and the like.
I know a place.
There is a place. It's funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
PatriotMobile.com/MoJo. And if you go there, you'll find out that you can switch to Patriot Mobile. You will find that a portion of the bill that you pay to them each month, they donate to causes like PragerU, to Camp Hope, to Empower Texans, and other conservative and libertarian organizations. So you're not inadvertently contributing to things you don't support. That's at PatriotMobile.com/MoJo. Very simple to do. Takes just a few minutes, and you can keep your phone, you can keep your plan, your same number, you can get a new one.
You know what I heard yesterday, Brad, and I think I read it on one of the chat walls, and somebody confirm this for me if you can. Patriot Mobile, very shortly after Doc died, sent a text to all of the people who were fans of Doc.
Hey, really?
With their condolences.
That was nice of them.
Is that not?
I'm telling you, they're good people.
Brilliant.
It's a small business. It's not.
Somebody let me know if you're a Patriot Mobile customer. Let me know if that's what happened.
Patriot Mobile is a small business, and we're all about small businesses here, building America.
Well, and they love them some Doc Thompson, no doubt.
Yeah, that's true. If he ever gets back from vacation, David Blaine. David Blaine's in trouble.
It was an illusion. That's what he's going to say. It was an illusion.
SVU. detectives are on the case now.
I bet they are.
Wait, you noticed I figured out how to put that on there?
Yeah, wasn't that Law and Order, though?
SVU.
Oh, the SVU.
Yeah, Law and Order SVU.
I guess you're right.
The SVU detectives.
I was thinking just Law and Order.
No. Well, still, even Law and Order. Dum-dum.
Yeah.
Law and Order detectives took statements from 2 different women. At least one of the claims may fall. And here's the thing. The claims come, one of them, 1998. And the second one is in 2004, I think. Again, it's horrible if it happened, but why wait so long? Why wait 20 years to say anything?
Well, and that's always been the question for me, is why do these things come out years and years and years later? And a lot of it has to do with them dealing with the feelings and the consequence. I mean,
if it happened,
no doubt. But
remember, and it's not me now. Remember, this is Mika Brzezinski and all the women on The View. Remember, you would not just believe the women. You can't just believe the women. So this is not me saying
you're
it.
not saying that
I'm
she's
not
the
saying,
one that he sexually.
No, what I'm saying is
okay.
Remember, yesterday we talked about this. Mika was saying, "Hey, do we always have to believe the women?" So I'm just backing up her.
No, it's a great question, but at some point, why wait so long?
Right. If it happened and and that's a bad thing if it did, go to the cops right away. Tell somebody right away. Get it on record, get it on official record right away. So we'll see how that unfolds. I was going to go to her, but I'm going here. I'm going to this woman next. Did you see the story about Lauren Miranda? Let me show you a picture of Lauren Miranda.
I would, except I can't see it.
Oh, sorry. That would be my fault. And stand by. You'll be able to see it in just a moment.
Lauren Miranda.
Lauren Miranda. And she is a teacher. Lauren Miranda is a teacher who happened to say that she had sent a topless, there's Lauren. She sent a topless photo to her boyfriend. This has been several years ago. And now, somehow, this got into, she's a middle school teacher, this got into the hands of one of her teachers, or one of her students, rather.
No, it didn't.
That's what the police are saying. Not bad, huh? She's
man,
pretty hot.
Somebody's gonna
She's pretty hot. Here, let's see if there's and here's the thing. This is where I need the Jack Hole's help, because right here, there's the, all right, so there's the image on the left. If you're watching online, if you're listening to the podcast, I would describe it to you, but it's a topless
She's
woman.
got a big black bar across it.
Yeah, she does. She had a very odd birthmark there. Smoking hot woman. And she apparently sent a topless selfie. Remember, the internet is forever. She sent a topless selfie to her boyfriend at some point in the past. She says it somehow got into the hands of one of her students, and now she's been fired. She's filed plans to file a $3 million lawsuit after she was fired over this nude selfie. So she actually, let's see here.
You're right, though. The internet is forever.
Oh, the internet. Yeah, that's why. When you start deleting tweets and stuff, don't bother.
I told my kids as they were growing up, because my kids were at the age where at around the age of 16 is when my oldest daughter finally got a phone. Mm-hmm. And
whose fault is that? Yours.
Well, it's mine, but it's not my fault if she goes in the bathroom and starts snapping nudies. No, I told them, I said, guys, if you take this picture, it does not matter whether you send it out or not. I mean, I was going way deep with it. And I was like, hey, you don't have to even send it out. Somebody's going to get this.
They can worm their way into your phone. Well, yeah, if you ever lose your phone. And even if you've got an Apple phone, or I guess the Androids have the ability, they can save to the cloud too. So if they have,
I assume they do.
So yeah, if it's going out there to a cloud somewhere, you might as well count on the fact that it's
the minute you take the picture, it becomes not just your property anymore.
It becomes Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. They own it. This is what the teacher had to say here.
Than a man's.
Claim
without it being questioned or thought twice over that my upper torso is no more offensive than a man's.
I would argue that your upper torso is not offensive at all.
Less
quite
offensive
frankly.
than mine. It's less offensive than a boob shot from me.
Yes. It's, I would say
Quite
that-
honestly, there are probably 1,000 people listening right now who would agree with me.
Yeah. I would like to ask the jackholes to see if they can find, because I haven't been able to find the pixelated or the unpixelated version yet of Miranda, Lauren Miranda, 7th grade math teacher at Bellport Middle School.
You know,
in New
if
York.
you put all the investigators on it,
I know
it's going to
that's
show
why
up, right?
I was looking and I thought, why the hell am I looking? I've got the whole jackhole nation to look. So if you can find the unpixelated version, I sure would like to see it. I mean, strictly for investigative purposes.
At Real Brad Staggs.
Nothing real creepy. Just you can just tweet it to. I mean, because look, we're all a family here. We can all look at it at the same time.
I agree with you, HC. It should not be an issue at all. But when it gets into the hands of the younger folk out there
who've never seen boobs, what?
No, I'm sure they've seen boobs. But the problem is then their parents have to explain it to them.
They have to explain boobs to them?
They have to explain why this person is taking nudie shots.
I will say this, that as soon as you, and it's in this country, it's every now and then you realize we are a nation founded by people with buckles on their shoes. That was a favorite saying of...
who put more clothes on than the law should allow.
Yes. You go to Europe, and I'm not saying we should be Europe, so don't even start. But the fact that, I mean, you see boobs all over television in Europe, it's not a big deal. And for some reason, in this country, even if you let's say, because I've seen this happen too.
I'll tell you what, though, Brad, if you get a boob shot from a woman or on a movie, gets it an R rating. Anything other than that,
which is weird,
gets it an MA or an NC-17.
There was something I saw in the last year. A guy, a transgender, he had gone through surgery. He had it had a picture of him before as a guy, and it had a picture of him after the transition, and he had the boob job and everything, and they pixelated out the boobs afterward. I'm like, what? Oh, okay, what? Why? Now that they have a silicone bag inside under the skin that you've sewn in there, we can no longer look at his nipples. I mean, it defies any sort of logic when you stop and think about it.
Exactly. You watch the TV show Botched?
No, I haven't seen. Was that all the plastic surgery?
Yeah, where they're
wrong?
repairing the plastic surgery. And the only thing they blur out are the nipples.
I've never understood that. It's they're a sensitive part of a woman's anatomy. Some men say they're a sensitive part of their anatomy too. Then why? Okay, then we need to find out which men that have sensitive nipples and not show theirs either. It's just goofy. When you really get down and think about it, it's just goofy. It makes no sense. But again, back to my original point, Lauren Miranda, if you can find the picture of her unpixelated, we sure would appreciate it strictly for investigative purposes. Nothing creepy. We just need to, so we can accurately report on the story. That's all. That's the only reason we would need the unpixelated version. There is a male birth control pill. It has now passed safety tests. So finally, men can be on the pill. Finally. We don't have to depend on women being on the pill. They've been available, and they make a good point. They've been available to women for 60 years. Nothing until now has been available for men. A team of scientists announced last week that it is, they basically developed a new male birth control pill. It passed human safety tests in a 30-day trial without any participants dropping out from side effects. A problem.
Okay, I see the sentence that's causing me grief right now.
Where? The researchers attribute their successful trial to the active agent in the pill, which is two hormones in one. Two hormones in one. Part progestin and part modified testosterone. Every time I hear testosterone, get your ass in the house. The hybrid molecule means that the consumer always has matching levels of the hormone in the body. The coordination of these two hormones can help dodge low sex drive or other health problems that modified hormone levels can create. Which sense do you not like?
The one that says, but it also decreases natural testosterone levels.
Oh, yeah, well, there's that.
And if testosterone drops too low, the odds of blood clots, depression, and other problems rise.
Well, there's that too. Progestin stops apparently sperm production, but it also decreases natural testosterone. Well, there you go. So
I see man boobs.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's how the male birth control pill works. You won't want to have sex. You'll be too depressed. You'll just sit there and wallow in your own grief.
It's not a good plan.
Yeah, well, it works, though, doesn't it? It works. You know what you can do to be a big old plus to your body? Go out and eat you some MoJo wild rice. It's almost a complete protein in and of itself, and I made a very happy discovery today. I thought we were out of the maple sugar from MoJo wild rice.
Oh, for your coffee.
And I found some.
But you found some. There was a big bag of it. Is that the one you're talking about?
There's a big bag of it somewhere?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, it's in the kitchen.
A bag of it?
A bag of it.
Holy crap, I missed that. That's like the
It's
mother
about
load.
the size of the
oh, man, I just found another
bag.
little bottle of it.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you find in this place when you start going through drawers. Doc was like a ferret.
He was. He's got a whole cabinet full of food. A lot of it is the
it was squirreled away everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of it is the Asian kind of rice noodle packet things,
which are good too.
They are.
It's kind of like a happy surprise. You find a little piece of Doc here and there. It's like, oh, look what he stored in this drawer. He is. If you're missing something, go look in Doc's closet. It's probably there. MoJoWildRice.com. Get you some today. We'll continue with your Daily Mojo in mere seconds. Find that selfie.
Happily promoting the 4 F's. Freedom, faith, free markets, and fun. MoJo 50.
I'm Mike Opelka from PureOpelka.com. Here's your 2-minute drill. Democrats have now let the mask come off their face, and we can see that they are communists and they are people who support cop killers. There was evidence on Monday in Washington, D.C., as Democratic candidates for 2020 gathered, and they were surrounded by the faithful at this event called the We the People Summit. It opened up with Jamal Watkins of the NAACP leading the crowd in a chant that included the closing line, "We have nothing to lose but our chains," from Marx and Engels in the Communist Manifesto.
But I want you to repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and respect each other.
We must love each other and respect each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our...
They didn't open with the national anthem or a prayer. They opened with the Communist Manifesto. And that was also preceded by 3 lines from the words of a convicted cop killer who is hiding in Cuba. Assata Shakur, also known as Joanne Chesimard, was arrested, convicted, and sent to prison for life for killing a cop. She should be behind bars, but she escaped years ago and got to Cuba, where she has lived the life of a celebrity, protected, and we know where she is. The Democrats love her. So now you can add this to the Democratic Party. The party of cop killers and communists. We better wake up, people. Testudo, my friends. Testudo.
Mike Opelka's 2-minute drill is powered by MoJoWildRice.com. Their wild rice is a superfood, gluten, sodium, fat, and cholesterol-free, yet high in fiber, protein, zinc, phosphorus, and trace minerals. But you're going to love it because it's delicious. MoJoWildRice.com. MoJoWildRice.com.
The Daily Mojo.
All right, Sarah says you shouldn't be showing your boobies when you take a selfie. Just saying. I don't know. Depends how much your boobies look like. Just saying.
Oh, there is that.
Yeah. I mean, yes, some. Although, no, it's Doc and I had this conversation one morning. It was
you
like
can't look at your own boobs in the mirror. Please don't take a picture of them.
Well, even it doesn't.
For God's sake.
It doesn't really matter because men will. It doesn't. It's like you still want to see them.
It depends on the kind of man
you
you
want
are.
to see them.
No, it depends on the kind of man
Well,
you are.
after you see them, you may go, oh, but you still. I wonder what they look like, and it's.
That's the testosterone.
It's it's just the way we're wired. And then it's like, make me a sandwich and we're all good. I don't think women don't believe we're that simple.
We are that simple.
They don't believe we're that simple.
Literally, we are that simple.
And it's true. Yeah, I mean, it's we're not complicated.
That's how you get your man to do anything you want him to.
Yeah. Sandwich or boobs. Either way. Both
or a
work.
beer. Or a beer.
Yeah, but that goes with the sandwich. I mean, they got 2 hands. What do you think? It doesn't take 2 hands to deliver the sandwich. So what are you going to do with the other hand?
I'm in so much trouble when I get home tonight.
Not if you've been doing it right. Not if you've been doing it right. By the way, speaking of doing it right, if you are, you may be watching on the Facebook, you may be watching on, what's the Twitter one? Periscope, sorry. And you may be watching over on YouTube. But we encourage you to move over to MoJo50.com and watch the MoJo 50 TV there, because not by our choice, but by the fact that they keep throttling us.
Well,
on all the other platforms.
The bigger problem is that, so although we have a license for our station to play whatever music we want to, we bought the license, we can play any kind of music. We get limited on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, that's beside the limiting that they're already doing, because we're a libertarian conservative station.
Yep.
So we are asking everyone to move to the video that's free on the MoJo50.com website. Yep.
For now.
Click at the top where it says MoJo 50 TV, and it'll take you right to the video.
Yeah. So if you would, I mean, it's eventually, we knew we were going to have to do this eventually to kind of funnel everybody to our own platform, but they are certainly making it, they're certainly moving it up on the timeline, let's say, by doing what they're doing at Facebook and YouTube.
And there's a
all
big
the rest.
chat wall over there, too.
Yeah. It's not the best in the world, but it's there, and we'll work on it. I mean, again, the things we've been able to do with no budget are pretty incredible so far. So, yeah, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell anybody to move over to MoJo50.com and click on MoJo TV. Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak old biker chick. Want to see my boobs? Ron White. Sure. Okay, you can roll them back up now. So, Ron, you know what an 80-year-old woman keeps between her breasts?
No.
Her belly button. Thank you. Be here all week.
You see I paused there to give you time to find the button.
Yeah, I know. It took me a second because they all kind of look alike if I look down here. I added another one, too.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. I love Mark Dice. He puts out the best videos. He does, and this is an older one, but I just felt like laughing this morning because when I got up, I felt like pulling the covers back over my head. So I decided to laugh.
He does have some funny stuff.
He really does. He is, I think he's in, is he in San Diego? Yeah, San Diego.
Make that full screen.
And the question that he asked people, where's Mount Rushmore?
What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
I don't know.
Are you an American?
Yeah.
America. Okay, I'm going to have to revoke your citizenship.
Okay. It's okay.
What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
I don't know.
Are you an American?
Yes.
Were you born here?
Yes.
Okay. Mount Rushmore doesn't ring a bell?
No. Sorry.
Okay.
Dude, she's trying to get away from it.
What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
It's in, it's over in Asia. I think it's China, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think Mount Rushmore over in China. Real quick. What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
I have no clue.
What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know.
Look, everybody's like,
Kim
oh, hell no.
Jong-un has attacked Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
And the question is, should we send troops over there as a response, or are we already spread too thin? What should happen in response to the attack on Mount Rushmore?
I think we shouldn't do anything. I think our troops are working hard enough. They need a break. Been in Iraq and Afghanistan for 15 years. I don't think we need to send our boys in.
And so to avenge the destruction of Mount Rushmore, you think that would spread us a little bit too thin?
Yeah, I think it spread us a little bit too thin. I think we should just stay in America and just worry about ourselves.
And, you know, pay attention to American issues and American history and American monuments.
We got plenty of stuff going on in America right now. We don't need to be worried about other countries.
Americans are so lost and out of touch, they don't even know what's going on in their own backyard, let alone what's going on halfway around the world. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, most people don't really watch the news. They don't really pay attention to what's going on. They just kind of worry about their own lives.
You said it. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
You think it was right for Kim Jong-un to destroy Mount Rushmore?
No. I don't think it's right for anybody to destroy anything that God created.
Anything we should do in retaliation to Kim Jong-un destroying Mount Rushmore?
I think Kim Jong-un should get what he deserved. You know, I mean, if he destroys something, I think he should have something of his destroyed. Payback is something.
Any other comments on Mount Rushmore getting destroyed by Kim Jong-un?
No. That's it.
All right, thank you. What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
I don't know.
You could guess.
By the way, she has nice boobs.
I don't know. Thank you.
Hey, have a good day.
All right, I'm out.
What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
India? I don't know.
What country is Mount Rushmore located
You know what?
in?
I don't have time. I gotta go. I need to drop
You do have time. Just real quick. What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
I don't have idea. I gotta go.
No idea.
Thank you.
Hold on.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
Have a
Sorry.
nice life. What country is Mount Rushmore located in?
I'm pretty sure it's here.
Wow.
Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
No, it's Russia, ain't it?
Oh.
You know?
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, you're smarter than I am. Check in.
What? Mount Rushmore is in the United States.
It is.
It is.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
I like Mark Dice. Those people terrify me.
Well, here's what you like. You have to think that he went through 3 people who knew it before he found somebody who didn't. But it doesn't look like too much of the day had gone by before all of those people walked by. And it looked like probably 90% of them were like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't know your question. Get the camera out of my face.
I will say that if somebody comes up to me on the street with a microphone, it's like, nope. No. Because you just don't. And
I'm already dumb enough as it is.
Yeah.
Don't make me dumber.
Right. It's and they do have a tendency to be able to find the dumb ones. It's kind of like when I lived in Nashville, I noticed this a lot more, but they would when the NFL, when they have Monday night games there, or any Sunday afternoon games, they'd start interviewing people and they'd always find the guy without the teeth. Yeah, I sure do like them Titans, man. They're best. I got to get back to the still, though. I'll be right back. It's like they find everybody who can possibly be a stereotypical hillbilly and put them on television.
Oh, yeah.
Which, it's few. Granted, there are some, but they're few and far between.
What was the best one I've seen so far is the guy, I can't remember his name. Hide your mama, hide your baby, hide your wife. What's his name?
I missed that one. What?
Somebody help me out. What was that guy?
Hide your mama, hide your wife?
You'll know it if you see it. I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. All righty. There is a new image coming back at us from the Hubble telescope. Well, I say coming back at us. It's coming to us from said telescope. And this may have to be my new best hope. I've always said the only thing that can save us now is either an attack from Mars or Yellowstone exploding. But now the Hubble telescope is showing us a picture of 2 colliding galaxies. So maybe that's our best hope. The Milky Way will just boom right into Andromeda. The image from Hubble, one can see a pair of galaxies known as NGC 6052 colliding 230 million light years away. The pair of galaxies was discovered by William Herschel in 1784. Wow. Well, he was ahead of his time. They were initially classified as a single irregularly shaped galaxy because of the unique shape, because it would kind of look like they were perpendicular. But our new best hope may just be Andromeda and the Milky Way just come slamming into each other, and that's it. You find hide your mama, hide your babies?
I sent it to you. Yep. Hide your kids, hide your wife. They rape everybody. That's Antoine Dodson.
All right, Antoine Dodson, huh? And this is is this a Mark Dice?
It is not Mark Dice.
Oh.
This was a television news captured this guy.
Oh, okay.
He'll be there in a second.
Should I just chance this thing and start playing?
Chance it. It's the news.
All right, it's the
Woke
news.
up to a strange man in bed with her. The woman screamed. Her brother rushed in to help and tried to fight the offender off. That break-in happened early this morning in the 500 block of Webster Drive
this is
in Huntsville.
one of those.
WFF
Let's go out and grab the only person on the
street
street that will talk to us.
We're running high.
And Mark, the woman, the victim, tells us that a man broke into her house and tried to rape her. Her brother went.
Well, so far this is uplifting, isn't it? All right, so she's going to talk. Let's see here.
And he tried to help her out, but the man got away, leaving behind, though, evidence of his visit.
Ew.
Kelly Dodson was asleep with her little girl inside their apartment on Webster Drive when
I was attacked by some idiot from out here in the projects.
Dodson says her attacker used a garbage can to climb onto the unit's ledge, open the upstairs window.
Anticipation
then
is
he
killing.
got in bed with her.
He tried to rape me. He tried to pull my clothes off.
Dodson struggled with her attacker, knocking over items in her bedroom. Antoine Dodson heard his sister scream and ran to help.
Well, obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
Because they raping everybody out here.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband, too. These are not discriminating racists.
This guy was a meme for years.
Wow. How long ago was that?
Oh, I don't know.
How did I miss that? Oh, man, that's almost 10 years ago.
He was a meme for years, bro.
Wow.
It was hilarious.
That's, they are, I feel for television news crews because they go out every day and they got to find something. They stand on the corner and they look for something and nowadays, because of all the cutbacks, generally you have one person shooting it, being on camera, interviewing and doing everything else, and then editing the whole thing and having to send it back to the station.
Oh, I guarantee you they were at the station going, okay, this is TV gold right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was like in, was it Broadcast News? Is that Holly Hunter? When she runs up the stairs and she has the tape and she throws it, he slams the tape in the tape machine and it immediately goes on the air. I mean, that sometimes is actually the way it all happens. It is down to the wire. So every time I hear Tom Petty now, I do miss Tom Petty.
When did he die? Last year?
He's been dead for, it's been a couple years now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
20, yeah, he died in 2017 of an accidental drug overdose. That was fentanyl, too. His daughter, Adria, has filed a petition with probate court accusing Dana, I think, is Dana his wife, his widow, rather, of ignoring two of Tom's wishes as laid out in his will. According to his daughter's documents, Tom's will gives her and her sister, Anakim, equal input into decisions regarding the estate. Dana is standing in their way. Also, Adria claims that Dana was required to transfer Tom's artistic property assets out of his trust and into a separate company that would be jointly administered by all three women. It is amazing what happens when somebody dies and they have money. It is, I mean, that will create more discord in a family. If they have it is stunning to watch the people just scurry all over everything like cockroach. I'm not suggesting that they are, but I've just
James
seen
Brown
it.
was a classic case of that too.
And Prince died. I think Prince died without a will, and so that's created all kind of chaos around his estate. But I've seen it in the families I've been in that someone dies, and man, that couch, if they don't get that couch, by God, they are going to unleash hell on the world.
Thanks, Kevin. Yep. Tom Petty died in October of 17.
So a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Whew. Time flies when you're having. Anybody found the unpixelated version of Lauren yet?
I haven't seen it.
What the hell are they dicking around with Tom Petty for? We need the picture. Adria claims that Dana has refused to make the transfer, thereby allowing her to keep sole control of the assets. She wants a judge to force Dana to comply with Tom's will. So that's unfortunate that they are going through all of that, and that sucks. And this is just bizarre. The Nipsey Hussle case, and every time I say that, I think of Nipsey Russell.
Nipsey Russell. My wife asked me, she says, she brings it in there, and it was a TMZ report. Oh, Nipsey Hussle got shot. Who? Nipsey Russell.
Nipsey Russell's been dead for years.
Nipsey Russell's gone long ago. No, Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
Who the hell is Nipsey Hussle?
So he was a rap artist, and ironically, he was scheduled to meet with police about gang violence and how he could, help, I guess, stop it. He ended up being a victim of it. Nipsey Hussle was shot by Eric Holder.
That's
Let that one sink in. Yeah, so Eric Holder is the name of the guy that
The
was
Eric Holder we all know. He's like
yeah.
one, really.
So, yeah, they arrested a guy by the name of Eric Holder, charged him with the shooting, and that story continues to get weirder and weirder. And
Don't they have video of that? They have video of it, right?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Nowadays, everybody's got a phone.
Yeah. Except nobody can seem to get a damn shot of a UFO.
Or Bigfoot. I was looking at Bigfoot videos last night. That was a good show. I was listening to a station, Odyssey, the Odyssey radio station. I was listening to that, and they had a Bigfoot.
Is that like science fiction?
Sci-fi, yeah. And so they had a show on called Paranormal Road, and they had a woman who had claimed to see Bigfoot, and she was part of the BFRO.
Did she have teeth?
Bigfoot Research or
Hey, y'all, I saw this thing. It was tall.
She was very well spoken.
It had hair.
But then it got me on the YouTube,
Oh, you went down the YouTube rat hole.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you can do that. It's pretty easy to go down. I thought one day it'd be fun to just start with nothing planned on this show and just start going down the wormhole that is the internet and just see where you end up.
I have a 13-year-old daughter, and I tell you, I swear to this day, she has watched the internet twice.
Really?
On YouTube. The whole thing.
Oh, the whole show. She's watched it from beginning to end, yeah.
2 times.
There was a commercial about that. We reached the end of the internet. Yeah. All right, so stories that we haven't heard from in a while. The lieutenant governor in Virginia, the Democrat lieutenant governor, Justin Fairfax. He was accused, of course, of sexual assault allegations. Now the 2 women have come forward. They have appeared on CBS this morning with Gayle King. The first woman is Meredith Watson, and she described what happened to her with Justin Fairfax, with Gayle King.
You know Justin Fairfax?
We met at the end of my freshman year of college. We were very good friends. He was someone I really trusted, and during my junior year, one night, he invited me to come over to celebrate. He was nearing the end of his senior year and just wanted to hang out, and I did not think anything of it because it was normal. It was something we'd done tons and tons and tons of times.
So it wasn't the first time you guys had just hung out together, you're saying?
No, it was not.
So you didn't feel you were in danger? You had no concerns? You weren't worried?
I was not worried at all. I completely trusted him. We were hanging out, and everything was normal. And at one point, he left the room, and when he...
Okay, now I'm thinking she's going to say when he came back, he Charlie Rosed her, walked in naked or something.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a little different.
Came back in the room. He sort of stood blocking the door. It was sort of imposing the way he walked in the room, and he shut the door, and it was sort of like simultaneous. I heard the door click and the light went off.
Click like locking the door.
Mm-hmm.
And you think what?
Oh no, what's about to happen?
Mm-hmm. You became concerned?
Mm-hmm. He did things that you shouldn't do to someone without their permission.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently this guy, she didn't go into great detail, but this guy apparently turns into according to Meredith Fairfax. He just turns into a monster around women. And there's another woman, too, also accusing him of sexual impropriety. Her name is Meredith Watson. That's weird, isn't it? Fairfax. What was the other one's name? 2 women, Meredith Watson, and what was the other one's name? I've lost her name. Meredith Watson is the second woman. I guess that I don't think this is the same woman.
No, it's not the same woman.
No, it's not the same woman. But the names are confusing me for some reason. This woman detailed how her encounter with Mr. Fairfax went.
College professor Vanessa Tyson says she met Justin Fairfax at the Democratic Convention in Boston in 2004 when he was a law student. She says he asked her to accompany him to his hotel room.
Oh, he just needed to pick up some paperwork.
Okay.
Is what he.
How many times are we going to have to hear that story? He just wanted me to run to his hotel room with him. Okay, don't.
Red flag?
Yes. If just saying. I mean, how about I'll wait in the lobby?
We said.
And then what happens?
And he kisses me.
And you're kissing him, and you're okay with the kissing?
Yeah, I'm okay with kissing.
Yeah.
But suddenly, she says, he became violent, forcing her to perform oral sex.
He's using his hand on the back of my neck. And, you know, I couldn't say anything because I'm choking and gagging.
Tyson.
And this is horrible. If this happened, this is absolutely deplorable. It's horrible. What I don't understand is why a man would do that, because, in a word, teeth. Think about it.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, but
I don't get it.
I can't help but think it's the power position, right?
I guess, but I mean, how do you go from? And again, if this is true, it's a horrible. But how do you go from kissing to that in 30 seconds? I mean, it just there seems to me that we're missing a lot of steps in between. And again, it's at this point, it's her word against his. He says he didn't. She says he did. The other woman says he did. He says he didn't. So it's a he said, she said. There is, and who do you believe? Everybody says you got to believe the women. Well, I say everybody. Not everybody says it, obviously. And now, according to Mika Brzezinski and the ladies on The View, have we gotten to the point where we can't even hug each other?
Oh, yeah, we're past that point.
Yeah, thanks.
We're past that point. And, you know,
unless you're Joe Biden.
Unless you're Joe Biden. And that's the thing right now, is that, you know, the left is making excuses for Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm. It's stunning to watch. But it's true. They're making all kinds of excuses for him. So
yet it's just affection.
Yeah. It's just old Joe. It's just Joe being Joe. Of course, it would be creepy if he grabbed the back of your neck and he pulled you in to give you the Eskimo kiss on the nose. Joe, no, what are you going to do, Joe? No. But yeah, this is the Justin Fairfax thing. They hadn't come forth in quite a while, and so that you've got that broiling. And Northam, we haven't heard boo from Northam in a while. He's just flying under the radar, just flying low. And then the Attorney General in that state, what was the Attorney General's name? I'm having a bad name day. So you had it's like the triple threat there at the top: the governor, lieutenant governor, and the Attorney General. Yeah, it was blackface too with
all
the Attorney General.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But boy, I tell you what, they are. I'll give them credit; they are standing their ground. They aren't going anywhere. They are sticking right where they are, right where they're planted. And another story we haven't followed in a while: Bill Cosby. He says that prison is an amazing experience. Yep, you just have to. You just have to lay there and take it.
That's Bill Cosby making lemonade out of lemon.
Yeah, it sure is. He's down to 195 pounds, doesn't eat bread, doesn't eat dessert. They said he hasn't had any coffee, doesn't drink coffee in there. This according to his only visitor, Andrew Wyatt. That's his spokesperson, apparently. And this is a couple weeks old, because other things have been more important than keeping up with Bill. Unless, of course, you're Bill, in which case you really do want people keeping up with you. He says, despite the circumstances, it's been an amazing experience. Which that goes back to, aside from that, Mrs. Lincoln, how did you enjoy the play? Bill Cosby really used the term amazing experience. He said he really did, in fact, use that term. He says Cosby enjoys speaking with other inmates, encouraging them, and though he does not have a cellmate, he's assigned various inmates to help him get around due to his age. So he has assistants. Even in prison, Bill Cosby has assistants to help him out.
Is he in a minimum security?
I don't think it's minimum up there. It's a relatively new prison. So as prisons go, it's nice. Nice, fresh concrete, smells like new paint. I don't think it's minimum, but I don't think it's maximum, obviously. White described Cosby's prison routine and his exercise regimen, saying the comedian wakes up at 3:30 every morning to exercise. Ugh. Okay, if I'm in prison, I'm sleeping in. Why you got to get up at 3:30 in the morning? He does leg lifts. He does push-ups against the bed. He's diligently watching what he's eating. And again, no coffee.
Or pudding pops.
Puts his food in a small cup, rinses it 3 times to thoroughly remove any added sodium. What?
I do find it interesting that this guy's the only visitor he's had.
It's probably the only guy that...
including his wife. His wife has not been there to visit him.
Yeah, I don't think he wants her to come visit him there.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants people to see him. And I can understand that, too. I don't think I would want that either. And there is new research. Boy, I'm telling you, every day we get new research on gut microbes. They've discovered now they can spur the immune system to attack cancer. A worldwide study has identified gut bacteria that can boost the immune system's ability to fight tumors. The findings should help improve and personalize immunotherapy treatments for cancer. One such treatment uses drugs called immune checkpoint inhibitors, et cetera, et cetera. Gut bacteria is at the heart of more issues that we have as human beings than I think that we ever realized. And who'd have ever thunk it? I mean, you can't even see them. They're tiny little things. But if you go to lovemytummy.com, you can find out more about Atrantil. It's not designed to cure or treat any disease, but here's the thing about it. It goes after your gut bacteria, the bad stuff. It was developed by a gastroenterologist. It's not a probiotic. It's clinically proven. It targets the problem bacteria. The blend in Atrantil works to produce long-term relief for these difficult-to-digest symptoms while promoting a healthy gut. And who wants an unhealthy gut is all I'm saying. So if you go to lovemytummy.com, you can learn more about it. You can see the woman who looks very surprised standing there. She's like, who knew? Who knew? And remember, you can listen to Dr. Ken's show. It's over on Spoonie Radio, and it's tomorrow. Is it just Thursdays? Or
just Thursdays.
Just Thursdays.
They replay it throughout the week, but it's Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern.
All right. So there you go. Listen to Dr. Ken's show over there and go to lovemytummy.com. Well, look what the cat drug in. I think the Brandon Morse is here. Your Daily Mojo next.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. Mojo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump is taking a wait-and-see approach now on his threat to close down the southern border. We get more of that from White House correspondent Greg Clugston.
The president says he's ready to close the border if necessary, but is holding off for now because Mexico has taken steps to address the flow of Central American migrants heading toward the U.S.
I'm totally prepared to do it. We're going to see what happens over the next few days.
He also acknowledges that closing the border would have a negative impact on the economy, but says security is more important. Greg Clugston, the White House.
President Trump lavishing praise on GOP lawmakers last night as he spoke at the National Republican Congressional Committee's annual spring dinner in Washington.
I have never been more unified with you than I am right now for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's true.
He also had some fun at Joe Biden's expense as he faces allegations of inappropriate touching.
Our former vice president, I was going to call him, I don't know him well, I was going to say, welcome to the world, Joe. You having a good time, Joe? Are you having a good time?
Biden considering a run for the White House in 2020. He has not made his campaign official so far. With the Attorney General missing a midnight deadline to release the Mueller report, Democrats are poised to authorize a series of subpoenas.
The House Judiciary Committee is expected to authorize a subpoena for a full, unredacted copy of the 400-page report as well as underlying documents. The committee is also expected to authorize subpoenas for 5 former White House staffers, Don McGahn, Steve Bannon, Hope Hicks, Reince Priebus, and Ann Donaldson, who may have received documents dealing with the Russia probe.
That's Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines reporting. Looks like it's going to be a strong start this morning on Wall Street after a 79-point loss yesterday for the Dow. Right now, Dow futures are up by 125 points. NASDAQ futures up by about 50. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You get great service and you do some good in the world with Patriot Mobile. Sign up for a Patriot Mobile account today. Start saving money, get great coverage, and do a little bit of good because they support companies, organizations, and candidates that you like. It's patriotmobile.com/doc. patriotmobile.com/doc.
A former Democratic National Committee member told Politico on Monday that he will become national senior advisor to the Draft Beto campaign. That sounds like a horrible beer, probably a Pilsner.
The Defenders with Stephen Airy, tonight at 9.
MoJo 50.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252.
If we weren't so bad.
To puppy rape.
I like to cuss. Do I want to keep my penis?
Cat wants some black titties.
We wouldn't be so good. MoJo 50.
Mothership has landed.
Welcome to the cheapest 3 hours of therapy you'll ever find.
We're not licensed.
No, but
we are.
We're cheap.
We're cheap. That's
you get what you pay for.
We're kind of like Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really have a degree.
No.
I
But
slept at a
nice.
Motel 6 last night.
But I can listen. I'm a good listener sometimes.
That's right. Also, have you read my book?
You know how many times that worked for me growing up?
If you have
just listening,
just
he just listened.
Let's just talk.
Yeah, and if you just listen to him for a while, then they're all over you. But now it's like, God, listening is such a high price to pay anymore. Oh,
I got things to do.
So many words.
I gotta do this show. And then I gotta play video games.
I'm happy to listen, but can we speed this damn thing up?
I gotta take a nap later. I can't put that off anymore.
Can you give me the Cliff Notes version of whatever the hell it is is bothering me? Because I just don't have the time. Speaking of time, we've got a lot of shows coming up.
A lot of new shows over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, we've got 3 starting this weekend.
Americanuck Radio.
Americanuck?
Americanuck. That would be the combination of your basic U.S. person and your Canadian person.
Wait, whoa.
Americanuck.
Why? Yeah. Oh, hey, no. When did we start allowing Canadians?
They paid.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Americanuck Radio with Mike Phillips.
That right there is a prime example of somebody who had a good lobbying, some good lobbying people behind him, and didn't give up.
It's a good show. It really is.
But remember when we first were contacted about it, it was and they kept going. They didn't give up.
He was persistent, and I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. I do. I mean, we just didn't have. We couldn't take him right away. But
does he bring the accent with him?
I'm sure he does.
Does he know what he's talking about?
Go outside if you're going to do that, eh? And tailgating time.
Tailgating time with David Carson and Brad Watkins. Have to say Brad Watkins.
Whoa. When did we start allowing Brads on this station now?
Yeah, I know.
You were supposed to sing the jingle.
Yesterday we said tailgating time with David and Brad, and I went, no, not that, Brad.
It's Brad tailgating time. That's their new jingle. That's all we can afford.
You're welcome.
They'll appreciate that.
That's all they get.
And if I hadn't started laughing, I could pull that cut. Do it again.
1, 2, 3. It's tailgating time.
Okay, good.
There you go.
That's good, clear cut.
That's it.
Okay, American Uck Radio is at 1 p.m. on Eastern on Saturday. Tailgating time just before that at 11 a.m. Eastern on Saturday.
I think we should do it again with more feeling, more emphasis.
Okay.
On time.
Do you want me
on the second syllable in time.
Do you want to like harmonize it a little bit?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to go higher or lower?
I'll go higher.
All right, I'll go lower. 1, 2, 3.
It's tailgating time.
Ooh.
That was not good.
That was really bad.
That was not good.
Maybe we just stick with the first
No, use that one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. If you're going to,
they'll appreciate
go
that.
Go big or go home.
And then on Sunday, we have the Generation Y Conservative Show with Christopher Ford.
When did we start allowing Gen Ys on the
Gen
network?
Y. We got to allow millennials. We got to get the Gen Ys in.
Wait. Okay. Oh, yeah. I was like, when did we start allowing millennials? Oh, I am one.
See?
The Gen Y Conservative Show is at 5 p.m. Eastern this coming Sunday. And then one of our listeners that's listening right now, the Big Sarge Show. Good morning, brother. Robert Brandt. 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, starting on the 13th.
Now, is he one of those
the
guys
Big Sarge Show.
That he doesn't want you to, because his name's Robert. Does he freak out if you call him Bob?
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a friend.
He's a big Sarge. Be careful.
Is he like a sergeant? Is he?
Aren't you a sergeant?
I was. And I'm pretty big.
You are a pretty big dude.
So butch.
I'm the wrong kind of big, though.
So butch.
That's not what she said, Ron.
Yeah, the Big Sarge Show. We're looking forward to that.
But what? So he's called the Big Sarge because he was a sergeant?
I think so. He's a veteran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big Sarge Show. And then on the 20th, that's way down the road. Hell, I may not even be here by then. That's the Mighty Oaks Show.
Yeah, the Mighty Oaks Show, the Mighty Oaks organization. We've had Chad Robichaud on the show before. This is the Mighty Oaks podcast. We're making a show out of it.
Cool.
10 a.m. Eastern time. Beginning Saturday, April the 20th.
And then the Pat Onesie Show.
No, the Pat Oney Show. It looks like onesie.
It looks like onesie.
It looks like onesie,
Pat's
but it's
wearing a onesie.
I'm actually like, you would not believe how disappointed I am. Because at first I was like, oh, that's a great name for us. Oh.
It's just Oni.
I'll see if I can get him to change his name. But no, it's the Pat Oney Show, 4 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays, beginning on the 20th.
He'll be wearing a onesie.
I was going to say, if he's not wearing a onesie now.
He's missing a big opportunity.
Got a big announcement coming up, folks.
Yep.
Friday morning.
Yep, Friday morning. You made an announcement yesterday, too.
I did, actually. As many of the Code Monkeys already know, my show, The Morse Code, which is on directly after this one, will take a hiatus for now. Don't think of it as the Morse Code going away.
A hiatus. That's a French word.
Hiatus. Think of it more as the Morse Code merging with MoJo 5.0.
In a non-sexual manner.
Merging with the Daily MoJo.
The Daily MoJo.
Daily MoJo.
You've already merged with You're already sleeping with that one. You're just going to start sleeping with us, too.
Sleeping with Brad. Yeah. Oh, that's a segment. Sleeping with Brad.
And I don't know why they call it sleeping together. It's more like, well, you know.
Fondling. Fondling Brad.
Fondling with Brad.
You're going to do it right.
That would actually be a really interesting segment where we take a box and Brad has to put his hand into it and see what's and just by feeling it.
You know, we have people out there counting the bells that you don't.
I know. I get it's.
I think he sends that out every day. All right, here's today's stats.
It's hard to figure all this out. It's a lot to do back here.
It is a lot to do.
There's a lot to do.
It's not a tumor.
Just so you know.
I think that would be a great. I'm going to do that.
That's right. Fondling Brad or sleeping with Brad.
No, fondling Brad. I'm going to get a box
Brad
and I'm going to put an object in it and Brad has to fondle it and tell me what it is.
I like that. I'll stick my hand in the box.
And fondle it.
We'll just leave it there. And by the way, Suspicious Package Friday will be now over here.
Right. So
we'll do that it'll be a half hour later than it is now.
Right. So people loved Suspicious Package Friday so much
that
I could not get rid of it.
It's a brilliant idea.
Thank you guys.
Brandon, it's great. As long as we continue to get the packages that we want, that we can use.
By the way, speaking of the packages so the peas.
Yes.
I was doing some thinking.
Yeah.
I think that we should donate the peas to
fantastic idea.
That's a great. I wish I had thought of that.
He did actually say that yesterday. But
But I love that idea. I think that's a fabulous idea.
I think that anything that we can donate, we should.
Yes. And not to us. I mean, not donate to us. But
I mean,
we'll
like
give it
to the homeless or, you know, like kids that don't have toys, you know, they could.
We'll find that kid with flies on his face.
Yeah.
You know what's always on TV? We'll find him and give him a whole case of peas.
Dude, that kid would be so
And
happy.
a fly swatter.
How come nobody's swatting his flies away? This poor kid's got they're crawling all over his face, and this is the only thing I can focus on this entire time I'm watching this commercial.
It's like, well, instead of videotaping the damn thing, why don't you go over and flick the flies off their face?
Flies spread disease.
Fly flicker.
Keep yours closed.
Exactly. So you're going to start. Well, Ron's on it right now. He's going for it. Sorry. Ron's OCD kicked in. He couldn't stand the brighter light on in the background.
But yeah, we get so much stuff during Suspicious Package Friday, and I think, you know, obviously I can't take all of it home, and we can't just have it stack up around here.
Unless, of course, you send boxes of money, in which case we'll find a place for it.
In which case I will find
I've got a spare room at the house. I can stack that up to the ceiling if I need to.
Brad's he's an architect. He can do it.
I can. In the meantime, if you have a bunch of money and you want to make sure that it's around long enough for you to retire on, then there's one place you need to go, and that's eracapitalmanagement.com. You can find the team of professionals there who will help you work out a plan so that by the time you are of retirement age, you're not living in a box under the freeway. Mm-hmm. As much fun as that sounds, and believe me, I've considered the fact that it's low upkeep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you really don't have to worry. There's no mortgage involved. The air conditioning sucks. I'll have to say that. But I've often said I could at the very least I could live in a trailer by a lake,
or in a van,
down
by the river
with no windows.
Living
the creepy
off the
van.
government cheese.
Never approach. They still give out government cheese. That's my plan. Government cheese.
Government cheese.
I need me an Obama phone and some government cheese, and I'm good. If that doesn't sound like the plan that you would like to engage in, go to eracapitalmanagement.com and see how they can help you plan for a retirement that doesn't suck, because it will sneak up on you faster than you know. It is going to.
It's like a ninja.
You turn around and I'm telling you, and every old person says this to every young person, you know what? It's here sooner than you think.
Mm-hmm.
And damn it, it is. Mm-hmm. Is it not, Ron? I'm telling you.
It was my 10th birthday
I don't know what you were implying there, but yes, it is.
You're up there, pal. So Brandon, you're going to be here soon at the old stage. Your hair will be thinning. No one will like you. You'll start to smell bad.
I actually plan to die at like 52. So. That's cool.
Well, there's a plan there. So can I have some of your stuff? As long as you can do that. eracapitalmanagement.com. Does anybody have the disclaimer? Because I don't.
Yes, I actually do have the disclaimer. Would you like me to read it?
Son of a gun.
Era Capital Management, LLC is a registered investment advisor. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. Visit eracapitalmanagement.com or call 509-559-6229. That's eracapitalmanagement.com or call 509-559-6229. It was almost perfect.
Yeah.
It was almost perfect.
It was close.
I tripped.
We've scoured news platforms and agencies around the globe for today's most profound news headlines. Presenting them now, here's Brad Staggs.
I'm never fixing that. I'm just never fixing it because I like to hear my own name too much.
I like to hear your name too.
It's called out my name.
It's almost like the Mufasa scene from Lion King.
What's my name? Say my name, bitch.
Say my name. Say my name.
Yes, true.
Brad Staggs. 5 headlines I have for you. One of them is fake.
Damn it.
Wait, hang on. And I'm going to make this rhyme for Brad's sake. Later, we're going to the lake.
Now you're just patronizing me. I've lost all respect.
Where we're going to eat cake.
I'm just going to tell you the unplanned rhymes, they suck. Okay.
I'll do them for $1.
Oh, don't cheat, please.
Just eat cheese.
Just eat cheese. Government cheese. Don't do that. BuzzFeed publishes correction after inaccurately reporting several things only 90s kids understand. Yeah. In an effort to maintain the reputation as a publication of record, BuzzFeed printed a correction today to an earlier story entitled 57 Things Only Kids Who Grew Up in the 90s Will Get, which they said contained inaccuracies that did not meet their journalistic standards. I'm actually surprised that they are issuing corrections at all. But I feel like now lately, especially after the whole, like the 2 stories. Nice catch.
Thank you.
The 2 stories that came out that were like completely wrong, like about the Mueller investigation and stuff like that. But this is a little far. But I can see that. I understand.
Are you trying to oversell the fake one right now?
Maybe I am.
I figured out some of his psychological stuff. He might oversell the fake one.
Maybe it is.
Think about that.
Maybe it is the fake one. Maybe it's not.
It might be.
Father admits to staging home invasion to cover up his theft of daughter's Girl Scout cookie sales.
That dude went way too far.
Who wouldn't do that?
I can.
Have you ever?
I can't condone it, but I can understand it.
So she sold a lot of cookies, got a lot of money, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to use that money."
Have you ever eaten the rest of the Girl Scout cookies? The one that your significant other was looking forward to eating?
Not and admitted it.
I started to say maybe I have, but maybe I have not.
You don't be guilty of that.
Did you admit it?
I would stage.
You admitted it, didn't you? You made the.
Oh no, it's what he's saying. He would stage. He would stage a home invasion.
Well, no, but the only reason he says this is because he's done it. He's incurred the wrath.
I have done things that I regret.
Yep.
I have done things that I regret.
And that's one of them.
Sometimes honesty is not the best way to go about doing things in your relationship. Sometimes lying is necessary.
Yes.
Just lie
Why
your
don't
ass
women
off.
understand that?
For the safety of others.
Yeah. Women just don't seem to understand
They
the fact
really
that
don't. And I mean, like, because I have actually tried to have an
Honey,
honesty as
does
the best
my
policy.
butt look big in these jeans?
Yes.
Tell me you wouldn't lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
She is essentially asking you to lie at that point in time. Like, you can't get away from it.
I know. You're preaching to the choir, brother.
You guys know what's up.
Yes.
Police said Brian Couture, 40, placed the emergency call just before 10 a.m. and reported an unknown individual had entered his home through a sliding glass door. A police canine unit was dispatched to search for the subject, causing panic for some residents in the area. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. 12-year-old boy fed up with potholes fixes them himself.
Well, that's showing some motivation and ingenuity.
After his mother's car fell victim to a pothole in the Muskegon Heights, Michigan neighborhood, 12-year-old Monty Scott decided he had had enough.
No, I promise you it was not him that had enough.
His mother.
The only thing he had enough of was listening to his mom bitch because the car went into a pothole.
According to this, he stopped playing Fortnite for 5 seconds, picked up a shovel, gathered all the necessary materials to create the asphalt, and filled the potholes himself at 12 years.
Hire
12
that
years old.
kid. Hire him.
Hire him.
If he can talk, give him a show. If he can fog a mirror, give him a show.
If he can fog a mirror.
If he has a phone, he can do a show.
Woman calls police after husband brings home wrong type of chicken.
You know, 5 years ago, I would have been calling...
What's the wrong type?
I do not know.
Chicken too tasty.
I actually cook, and I actually, come to think of it, I would be kind of angry if, I had a certain recipe, like last night I made what I call my lime chicken, and it's really good. I won't go into the full details.
Do you have an Instant Pot?
No.
Oh my God, it'll change your life.
But, it involves me having to have the chicken thighs with bone in and skin on. Now, if she had brought home...
I don't know why, it just sounded like it needed a bell.
It did. If she had brought home, breasts with no skin...
Ew.
He said, ew.
Ew.
I'm just setting you up at this point. A Wisconsin woman called police on Sunday after she got into an argument with her husband, and he brought home the wrong type of chicken, authorities said. Cops received a call just after 7:30 from a woman, 40, who reported a verbal argument with her 37-year-old husband. Brown Deer Police wrote in a release titled, Noteworthy Calls from the Weekend. Wow, is that an actual thing that they do? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Police later found out the couple got into an argument after the husband allegedly purchased the wrong piece of poultry. Bastard. The man later agreed to stay with his father for the night.
I would too. Honey, I'll just, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll just leave.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're having to go stay at your parents' house,
yeah,
because you brought home the wrong type of chicken.
You know the cops showed up and they were like, dude, come here for a second.
Yeah.
why don't you just go stay somewhere else? It'd be much easier.
Yep.
And
especially she's all whacked
she's
out.
all whacked out right now.
At this point in time, even Dr. Phil's like, have you heard of divorce?
Dude, you couldn't even choke a chicken right now.
I think maybe
and make her happy. So just go stay somewhere
How
else.
would choking a chicken make her happy?
You can't stay with your parents forever. Okay, you got to do something with your life, and I feel like right now it'd be best if you just divorced her.
Just hide your kids, hide your wife.
Also, have you read my book?
They're cooking
about
everybody up in here.
Federal budget devotes $27.5 million to killing ants.
Can they bring some of that
doesn't sound
money over to
unreasonable
my
to me.
damn house? That'd be great.
The only thing I could think was, that's it.
Does not sound unreasonable. If you ever had ants in your kitchen or in your pants, either way.
But it turns out the government has set aside at least $27.5 million to target 3 separate ant-related issues. The largest of these issues is, of course, the fire ant.
The greatest of these is love.
For those people who are not from Texas, ask Matt Locke. If you ever step in a fire ant bed because you haven't been here and you don't know what it is.
No.
Matt did that on his first trip to Texas. Stood in a fire ant bed when we were over at, I can't remember. It was Memorial Day and we were doing the, what's the one that the charity that does the walks?
Have a point.
Yeah,
It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
I know. I can't remember what it is. Anyhow, we were at a charity function. We went out there, and he was helping me unload the truck. Dude standing in a fire ant bed.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he was like, welcome to freaking Texas.
Dude, just even hearing that story makes my leg, pain. It's crazy. Apparently, according to this, if they don't wipe out the fire ant menace, it is going to essentially do so much damage.
You're going to burn.
You're going to burn.
Because they're fire ants and you're going to burn.
Yeah, see what you did there.
Thank you.
There's also the yellow crazy ants.
Asians?
Yep.
Wow.
And the mahogany glider? That's interesting.
Is that like a dirty Sanchez?
That's a type of ant? Is that what is that?
Like really interesting.
It's like a Cleveland steamer, but with different wood.
I have a mahogany glider on my front porch, but I don't.
You know what? You shouldn't admit that sort of thing.
Those are your headlines.
Wow.
I've got mine chosen already.
Yeah.
It's a gimme.
All right. So you got the fire ants.
You got the fire ants. You got the BuzzFeed trying to do their whole publishing or correct their inaccuracies.
Right.
You have the father admitting to staging a home invasion to cover up his theft of Girl Scout cookies. You've got 12-year-old boy fixing potholes, and you've got a woman calling police after her husband brought home the wrong type of chicken. Which one?
I think I know too.
Is fake?
I think I know. But first, American Pride Roasters coffee is where you'll find coffee from American Pride Roasters.
Where?
See what I did there?
How is that even true?
I know. I see. Sometimes you just have to cut right to the point, the shortest distance being between 2 points, a straight line, and that's what that was. A straight line to tell you that if you go to APR Coffee, American Pride Roasters, you'll find the best coffee in this universe or any universe now or any universe discovered in the future. Which, by the way, was in a contract I had to sign once. It was you agree to whatever it is in this and any future discovered universes. It's like,
That's
really?
a reach.
Yeah, tell me about it. But
I think you should stick to your own universe.
You know what, though? They were just
trying to put yourself in others.
They were covering their bases. And boy, did they cover their bases. If you want to cover your bases and feel good about it, go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com, home of American Pride Roasters coffee. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Back to you, Bob.
Okay. Which one do you guys think is the fake one?
Right now, there's no doubt in my mind that there is not a 12-year-old in the world who would get up from a Fortnite game to go fill a pothole.
Yeah,
There's not a 12-year-old in the world that would just go fill a pothole even if he was being paid for it.
There are very few 12-year-olds that know what a shovel looks like. I know when I was 12, I certainly didn't want to pick one up. So I'm going with a shovel. I'm going with a 12-year-old.
You're going with your
pothole.
12-year-old?
Damn. Yeah. Now, if you'd said pot, 12-year-olds and pot, I would say that was different. But potholes, no, I would say that was, no.
All right.
And the drum roll.
Are you gonna any jackhole?
No, just Lori F&D talking about how the Instapot is the devil, and Johnny Mac is posting a suggestive Aubrey.
So she's drunk again.
Yeah.
All right. Drum roll.
Hit me.
Boom.
It's actually BuzzFeed.
What? Damn it. Okay, so here I'm thinking that there can't be a fake story about BuzzFeed.
No way, dude.
Which means the 12-year-old fixed the damn potholes.
I cannot believe I pulled that off.
I can't either.
You did pull that off.
I tried to make it as obvious as possible just to throw you guys off.
Wow.
And it worked.
He was overselling it and we didn't buy it.
Because I was like, man, I can't find a really good one today. I'm going to have to do something with this.
He's almost better
You
at this
didn't
than I
think the
am.
12-year-old was a good one?
I see.
Honest to God, the reason. Look, they didn't even mention Fortnite.
His mom was throwing crap around the house.
Wow.
He had to go change the flat tire. Wow. That's why he did it.
I wasn't even the story didn't even mention Fortnite. I just kind of threw that in.
Wow.
But I honest to God, I would have guessed that one too, though. Because I could see BuzzFeed being like, we're sorry, that actually didn't occur in the 90s. We made a mistake. That would actually occur in the early aughts.
That was too easy, though, the BuzzFeed one. It was too easy to guess that one because he was overselling it.
But I thought that there's no... All right, fine. You got us again. All right, so those are your headlines. By the way, I'm a little disappointed in the Jackhole Nation for not finding yet the picture of Lauren Miranda that's not pixelated.
Sleeping on the job.
What the hell?
We just come to do this all by ourselves. We have to carry all the weight.
It's not like they're at work or anything. Just for crying out loud, climb off the couch. You're not wearing pants anyway. So
yeah.
Daily Mojo continues next.
A free exchange of ideas. MoJo 50.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
It's a funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RADUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism, so you're burning more.
Yeah,
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
Hey, guys, it's Ron Phillips with the Conservative Cartel. Everyone lives with a little bit of pain, but living with diabetes can be a real pain. While you may have to test your blood sugar and take insulin, ordering your testing supplies shouldn't be one more pain you have to deal with. At least it's not when you work with Diathrive. Diathrive ships the testing supplies you need directly to your home when you need them. Gone are the days of visiting multiple stores to find the right strips, waiting in long lines to purchase your supplies, or sorting through your insurance requirements to figure out what they cover. Best of all, with plans starting as low as $8 a month, Diathrive is probably going to cost you less than what you're paying today. Diathrive saves you time and money. Plus, they're pretty fun to work with, too. So why don't you give Diathrive a chance to show you there's a better way to manage your diabetes? They're so convinced that you'll love their service that they're offering your first month of supplies free. Simply type the code MATT, that's M-A-T-T, at checkout. Be sure to head out to the web right now and check these guys out. It's Diathrive.com.
I got my
MoJo 50.
I got my mojo working out.
Live free.
I got my mojo working. I got my mojo working out. But it just won't work on you. I got my mojo working. But I just don't know what to do, y'all.
Wow. Nice.
See, that's what's going to happen now.
Well, there we are. That's Facebook. We just went... Boop.
We're going to get muted out. But you know what? If you're watching over on MoJo 50,
right,
you get to hear the whole thing.
That's right.
We give it all to you at MoJo 50.
By the way, Phil Collins is coming in concert here. We bought our tickets.
By the way, you know why he has to tour again?
Why is that?
Because he retired probably, 10 years ago?
Ran out of money?
Well,
he couldn't sing.
Sort of. No, he retired, and then he had an ex-wife.
Yeah.
And I think he got back together with her.
Oh, no.
And then she took everything. That is why he is back out on tour.
Well, look, if the man goes back out on tour, there's no question he's going to make money.
Oh, for sure.
This guy, I mean, these tickets were going for thousands of dollars.
You know, I actually met him.
Did you really?
I slept with him.
Yep.
You guys both suck.
Was he a Tinder lover?
Only once.
No, I actually got to meet him because do y'all remember when the History Channel made that mini series like about Texas? You know, about the fall of the Alamo and all that stuff?
Vaguely, yes.
Sorry, I was out chasing women.
Well, I was doing work. I was at the red.
I already had my woman.
Nice.
I was at the red carpet premiere and of that little mini series, and from what I understand, Phil Collins is a massive, like he has a huge obsession with Texas.
Really?
Oh yeah, he had gathered all sorts of like artifacts, like Texas artifacts and stuff like that from that era. Like it would have made Glenn Beck's
museum thing.
Yeah, like shamed. And he donated a lot of it during the opening of this mini series from the History Channel.
Donated it to who?
From what I understand, like there's some kind of Alamo Foundation or something like that that preserves Texas history from that era and stuff like that when Texas was becoming independent.
It's the basement. It's the basement museum at the Alamo.
Right.
Yeah. All that used to belong to Phil Collins.
Wow.
Yeah. And and he's just like he's a really nice guy, really super nice guy.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Wow, you sound.
Look, I grew up on Genesis and Phil Collins, and my brother and my wife said that she was putting her name and my name and my brother and his wife's name in for this, what do you call it, pre-ticket, verified fan drawing, and we got selected, so we got tickets.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Summer of 2014, Collins generously donated his priceless collection of Alamo and Texana artifacts to the Texas General Land Office, guardian of the Alamo on behalf of the people of Texas. He built the collection over several decades, purchasing some items and even discovering some others just steps away from the Alamo itself. He fell in love with the Alamo's inspiring story as a 5-year-old boy when he saw the Disney production of Davy Crockett, King of the Wild. Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier. Hey, thank you. We'll be here all week. When other children were out playing cops and robbers or other childhood games, Collins says he was reenacting the Battle of the Alamo. Why does he hate Mexicans?
I don't know. That's
why
racist.
does Phil? So obviously, Phil
racist.
Collins is a racist and should probably be boycotted. So if you have tickets to his upcoming concert, you need to ditch them and
give them to me and Brad.
Yeah, just send them here and we'll destroy them for you.
Yeah, we will make sure that they don't. Yeah,
we'll make sure that we destroy the front row seats first.
They will never harm anyone ever again.
Nope. We will do that as a public service.
That's right.
To you and the rest of the country. Well, the video that's made Texas famous here as of late, and Dallas in particular.
You picked up this story after I sent it last night, didn't you?
No, I've seen. Well, no, I've been following. I just thought everybody else is talking about this, so why bother?
My comment was, there's either more to this story,
of course,
or it's a bunch of horse crap.
Of course. I mean, the video, again, every time we see any video of anything, it's always selectively edited, or there's a certain clip of it that we get. We never get to see the whole story, and that's what was the case in this one. Now, did the guy, was he justified? And we're talking about the case of the parking lot beatdown of the white guy and the black woman, and boy, he beat her down too.
Ooh, he did. There's video of him punching the crap out of her.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the video that's been circulated, all you see is the two of them standing there. She turns around, he smacks, I guess, the phone out of her hand. And then she lunges at him, and then he starts wailing on her.
Damn.
And
now the next incident, I want to know if that happened before or after.
To my understanding, the way the timeline of things was, she blocked him in. He came out. He's pissed. You know that
she was blocking a driveway.
Yeah. And then so that little incident takes place. Then, in retaliation for him beating the crap out of her, she goes to his car or truck or whatever, his vehicle, and takes out all the windows.
Oh.
Well, she climbed in the back of it and threw one of those big, heavy toolboxes through his back windshield.
Which is the reason you never keep a big, heavy toolbox in the back of your truck.
Yep. And so he originally got charged with a misdemeanor.
No, I think wasn't it.
Well, they upgraded the charge.
Yeah, because it turns out he had his weapon on him. So
yes, well, he pulled the gun.
He didn't. No, I don't think he pulled it.
That's what they're saying.
He had it in his waistband. I don't think he ever pulled it. But the fact that he had it on him, I mean, that's if you're carrying your weapon, the best thing for you to do in any situation like that is to
Isn't the
walk
new
away.
charge assault with a deadly weapon?
It is, but I think it, and I may be wrong, but I think it is just for having the weapon with him.
She jumped in the back of his truck, threw that toolbox through the back window, and guess what the Dallas police did?
What the Dallas police did?
They've arrested her now, and she has been charged with a felony as well.
Oh, okay.
$2,500 in damage to his truck.
I was about to...
A felony for...
It's because of the money, the monetary. It was estimated to be just a little bit more than $3,000, and I guess $2,500, which is a little weird to me that you have a monetary checkpoint or threshold for something to become a felony versus a.
It's $2,400.
There you go.
Between $2,400 and $25,000, and the estimated cost to fix his truck is $3,000. So they had to arrest her on a felony after getting her ass beat by this dude, LaDejanique Lee.
Okay, so and there's a talk host here in town who was listening to, and his take on it was, you never ever, for whatever that doesn't matter the reason, you never hit a woman.
Yeah,
ever.
Okay,
doesn't matter what.
Right.
And he was surprised because a lot of the callers to his show were going, no, if she does this to me, I'm taking her down. She's not a small woman. I'll give her that.
Right, but if she did this before, I could see him doing it in a blind rage.
Right.
If she did this beforehand, but there had to have been an argument beforehand. But I don't know what the timeline of events were.
So is it ever right to hit a woman?
No, it's not. But
so you're taking it. So a woman.
Brandon's like,
Let me go ahead and inject some situations here, and let me see.
Oh, you're about to get everybody on the show in trouble, aren't you?
Well, no. I think look. If she's coming at you with a deadly weapon,
oh, I'm beating that ass.
Okay.
So
if she is currently assaulting children,
yeah, probably.
Okay, when you say is assaulting them,
like going up to them and
slapping them around, beating them.
I mean like literally hitting them with with fury and gusto and basically bringing them to serious harm. Would you not take her out?
Right. At that point, you're defending the kids.
Exactly. So I think that there are certain times when hitting a woman is perfectly justifiable.
He says, well.
And I think that you'll find it. I mean, I think this is a generational shift. I really do, because I think that a lot of men, well, with the exception of one.
It's not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist. It's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't?
No, not at all.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's bad,
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances and if it merits it. Yeah.
What would merit it?
Well, if you have tried everything else, and women are pretty good at this, they can't leave it alone. They want to have the last word, and you give them the last word, but they're not happy with the last word. They want to say it again and get into a really provocative situation. Then I think it's absolutely right.
You know what happened during that pause right there?
He was going over in his head.
He was like,
do I?
He's like, have I just stepped in it? God, I think I just stepped in it.
By the way, it was 32 years ago.
Yeah.
Sean Connery.
And Baba Walters.
And so so you think it's okay given certain circumstances?
Certain circumstances, absolutely.
Anybody. I mean, look, if you're trying to defend against bodily harm or defend someone else, it doesn't matter who it is.
At that point, I don't care.
Yeah.
I do not care. I will swing as hard as I possibly can in order to make sure that, the children or the people that I'm protecting stay safe.
Where it becomes a problem is if you're in a power position or you're an abusive spouse. I mean,
Right.
that's
Well,
a problem.
It's never okay then.
It's
I mean,
never
it's
okay.
obviously it's never okay to hit somebody out of an unprovoked attack on anybody is
Right.
not
It's not.
acceptable.
It's not right. Exactly.
But if you're defending yourself, yeah, I've seen some women, and these days, and several of the callers to this program, they brought up the fact that, especially now, given the transgender and all of that, you never know. First of all, like. It's ma'am, you know. Okay.
In Superman's defense, I'm pretty sure that he could kick my ass.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's a what. So now, how do you define it? Is it those you never hit a biological woman? But I mean, I've seen some scrappers that are 5'2".
It's the unwritten rule. Not everybody lives.
Yeah,
by
I feel
it,
like
but
that's the anomaly. You're talking about like girls getting the best of men in fights. Which does happen.
It does happen.
But I feel like, no. I mean, the vast majority of the time, no.
Look,
but
a lot of people feel like women are the weaker sex. Don't get me wrong. I don't feel
that's,
that way.
Real Ron Phillips.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Until that woman swings and hits you in the head with a bat, they become not the weaker sex. And you've got to defend yourself.
So good with the words, though. They're so good. Like Sean Connery said, they're so good with you give them the last word.
I'm pausing a little bit, thinking about it all.
Yeah, they.
No, you don't want to hit them.
The lap. You don't. Did you just say you don't want to hit them?
No, you don't want to hit a woman just because they're a woman. You don't want to hit them.
I honestly,
you don't want to hit anybody.
Are you trying to convince me, or are you trying to?
You don't want to hit
convince yourself?
anybody just because they're standing there. But if you have to defend yourself or defend somebody else. Somebody else.
There's a few people in my life that I'd like to hit just for standing there.
Well, honestly, God, I think one of the problems that seriously, I think that this whole you should never hit a woman thing has actually encouraged many women to be more abusive than they need to be, because if you actually look at statistics, women are far more abusive than men, both emotionally and physically. And I think one of the reasons that they feel that, or many feel that they can do that, they can be that little princess diva that can just do whatever they want to and hit as many people as they want to, is because they will never get struck back by a
there
man.
are women out there right now bitching at their computers or their TV screens. If you would like to express your opinion, it's 202-900-5900.
Let's talk.
202-900-5900. Tell us what your thoughts are.
JR15 says equal rights is equal rights. You want to start crap, man or woman, you get the same treatment. You hit somebody, you better be ready. I'm not saying it'd be my first line of defense, but if you hit me and leave a mark.
Here's the thing is if you hit me, I'm probably still, if you're a woman, I'm probably still not going to try to hit you. I'll probably try to restrain you first.
9 times out of 10, if a man and a woman are arguing in a domestic disturbance and both of them are hitting each other, which one's going to jail?
Oh, the man.
9 times out of 10.
9 times out of 10. And it doesn't. There was one story.
Done that, got the T-shirt.
There was one story of a guy. He told me the story.
He said T-shirt to wear.
He said that his wife was, or I think it was his wife or his girlfriend. I can't remember now, but she was literally abusing him, physically, hitting him and stuff like that. And a neighbor heard it and called the police. The police came, and they were investigating him. Now, they quite literally asked him, have you hit her? Have you done anything to her? And he said, no, it's just her hitting me. And he goes, okay, good, because if there's one mark on her, we're taking you to jail.
Yeah,
exactly.
And my whole...
It's the first... that from a logical standpoint, that's what any cop is going to do. You come in, you see a 5'2" woman, you see a 6-foot guy. That's your natural inclination is to think, okay, bigger thing beating up on smaller thing.
Look, Brad, you and I have a friend who's been in this situation who ended up getting arrested for it or getting put in a police car, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I've been there myself. So I know what it's like. Saddle effing Tramp says, act like a lady, get treated like a lady, act like a bitch, get treated like a bitch. Step up, step like a man, be prepared to get hit like one. Yay, hashtag equality.
I still because if it's not threatening my life or anything like that, then I'm not gonna hit back. It's not fair. Even then, it's not fair. If it's a repeated thing, if she is continuously trying to beat me, and it's not just like a hit gun,
right?
If she's then I will start to fight back after a certain line. The absolute zero here is if you come at me with a weapon or you are trying to harm children, then guess what? I'm laying your ass out.
Puppies? What if they're trying to harm a puppy?
I will lay your ass out twice.
Backyard Cow says if a man is attacked by a woman, he should use the necessary force to end the conflict. And by the way, this is in the MoJo chat room over on MeWe, so stop your bitching. Rough and ready Jill Hole. If I hit a man like a man, I fully expect to get put down. Sorry, that deserves one of those.
The comments you're reading surprised me a little bit, but honestly, in this day and age,
that's what I'm saying.
It's different than in the 1950s, right?
Yes. And that's where I think that
in this day and age, they scream equality all they want, but the first time a hand comes across a face,
Oh,
then
the
all of a
quality goes out the
sudden,
window.
What the hell?
But I mean, like Brian, you bring up a really good point. It never was about equality. It was about power.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that feminists like to rely on. It's equality for all the things that I want. And even then, I don't want necessarily equality. I want to be. Look at the way that they've got in major cities nowadays. Women tend to make more than men do in many. BuzzFeed even. Or not BuzzFeed. I'm sorry. Google went through their pay just to make sure that they weren't paying men more than women, so that they found out that they were paying women more. And then they started, but women, once they heard this news, they didn't shout, "Oh, but that's wrong. We want equality." No.
Well, they're making up for lost time.
But like the whole thing, when it comes to the courts and stuff like that, do you think women, like these feminists and activists and stuff like that, do you really think they want equality in the courts?
And that's why the Equal Rights Amendment the Equal Rights Amendment is not dead yet, by the way. It was introduced in 72, and it's been ratified by 37 states. I want to say. So it's still not dead. It was recently, I think Nevada just ratified it. So anyway, I'm fully behind the Equal Rights Amendment. Fully behind the ERA.
Yeah.
Let's come on, amend that bad boy, and let's get that going, because you're right. They want the equal, and I'm not saying all women are this way, but yes, the hardcore feminists, they want the equality where they want to be able to pick and choose.
Exactly.
They don't want it across the board.
You don't hear them screaming about equality in construction jobs or like sewage management and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they don't care about that. That's not where they want equality. They want equality in powerful positions. And powerful positions may include anything from
missionary.
I am
Somebody come on. Somebody was thinking that. I just voiced it. That's all.
It may include
it's what we do.
Yeah.
All right.
The high corner office, in the high rise, the powerful CEO position or CFO position too.
Wow, is that the one where you have to lift your leg up a little bit? Because that's a hard one to balance.
It is one where you are up high. I will say that.
I've tried the CEO position before. It's just really difficult to balance on that one.
Look, and everything is circumstantial. It's what is happening at that very moment in time.
Yeah.
And every person has to make that decision for themselves.
Yeah.
Are they in danger? Is someone else's life in danger? And then what do you do?
How about a really simple rule that we could all, I don't know, live by that, just something that would work for
on each other?
No, I'm thinking something even simpler. How about treat others the way you would like to be treated?
Whoa,
we have a rule. We have a rule for that, right?
It's called the golden one.
Rule. Yeah.
And not but it is true. He with the gold makes the rules. But how about we go back to just the simple, treat others the way you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
That to me makes the most sense.
It does make the most sense.
If you want to go down a YouTube rat hole, go search for people who get pissed off road rage.
Oh yeah.
That
fun.
is some serious. These people don't know each other. They jump out in the middle of the road, start beating each other's vehicles with tire irons, and then they get in a fight. Somebody ends up getting shot. Jesus, if they're in that big a hurry, let them through.
And remember, that was started in California.
They use their horns out there.
Yeah, they do.
Did you see this is up at, if you want to go down, Russia has the best road rage incidents of all time. If you ask me,
because they're Russian.
They put Americans to shame. My favorite one, and I actually put it up at redstate.com. It's kind of buried in there. You have to go through my list of articles that I've written.
That's handy.
Yeah, it is. You can actually click on my name.
It's hard to find. It's going to take you a while, but look for it.
Well, it's better if you just click on like an article that I've written recently, click on my author name, and then just scroll down.
There you go.
But hysterically, dude, this guy, he gets so pissed. He gets out of his car after like swerving in front of an SUV, a black SUV with the blacked out windows. pulls over and he's like gets out of his car and he's got his camera going for some reason, like he's going to record this and put
because
it up on YouTube.
You
can make
money.
a lot of.
That'd be the reason.
And he gets out, he goes to the driver's side window and he's knocking on it, roll it down. Instead, the passenger side window, like behind. The driver's side rolls down, and it's a Russian police officer in full SWAT gear holding a pistol right at him. This guy just goes, he said something.
Never mind.
And he just kind of walks calmly back to his car.
Your Russian sucks, by the way.
It sounds a little German.
The 8 rules
there you go.
George Washington Carver put up. And we put these on the MoJo Facebook page. These in addition to Doc's 5 rules to live by, but George Washington Carver: be clean both inside and out, neither look up to the rich nor down to the poor, lose if need be without squealing, win without bragging, always be considerate of women, children, and older people, be too brave to lie, be too generous to cheat, take your share of the world and let others take theirs. I kind of like those rules.
Because I like that.
I mean, they're simple. And I think that's what we've lost, is the ability to live by simple rules.
Brandon, what country is it that you can see the dash cam of the people driving, and then they stop, and then some dude runs out and jumps on their hood and falls to the ground like they got hit?
Oh, that'd probably be one of the Asian countries. It was no.
Wait, what?
Like China,
Yes.
I think it might have been China, because in China, their lawsuit laws or whatever are so loose. Quite literally, what'll happen
They have loose lawsuit laws?
Yeah. What they'll do is, and I don't know, maybe they fixed it, but this was not that long ago, where quite literally someone would pretend to get run over, and the person who ran them over would just go away. And then you would see someone like a Good Samaritan come over and check to make sure, help them up or try to put them on the sidewalk to get them out of the road. And that person will then sue the Good Samaritan.
Wow.
For damages. Yeah, because you shouldn't have moved me at that time, and
no good deed
goes unpunished.
No good deed goes unpunished.
That's something that, and they would do that all the time. But I'm pretty sure, for some odd reason, I don't know why, but yeah, they had a lot of those where, I fell into your car even though it was only going 2 miles an hour, and now
you were stopped.
Yeah.
Wait, what accent was that?
That was me. That was my lazy over dramatic accent.
Hey, we do have breaking news, by the way. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, thank you, Brad, hit with new Federal Election Commission complaint.
Well, and let me guess.
Says
it
alleging
was filed
that
by
she
Nancy Pelosi.
Alleging she and her campaign manager operated a subsidy scheme.
Why are they so obsessed with her?
Yeah.
They should stop hitting on her.
Oh, she done. I'm telling you, it was either her or Chuck Schumer that launched that investigation.
Dude, I would not. Dude, if anybody has anything to gain from Ocasio-Cortez disappearing, it's Nancy Pelosi.
There's no doubt about that.
Pretty sure she hates her guts.
You think if she killed her, she'd stuff her into a cat cooler?
Man, that got dark.
That's the best I could do. Short notice.
If she closed it, nobody could hear her scream.
Right?
That's true.
They're insulated well enough. Yeah,
That's
you would not be
true.
able to. I'm not sure we're going to be able to charge cat coolers for this one. Yeah, but seriously, I mean, a cat cooler is a. If you are a contortionist, let's say, you could probably squeeze yourself into the 88 quart.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have.
You know what? If it was big enough and somebody could squeeze into it, they could go over Niagara Falls and still be okay. Think about that.
If you have a cat cooler and you're small enough to get into it, take a picture of you sitting in it.
Ooh.
Just saying. I mean, don't close the lid because that'd be dangerous, and then we get sued. We don't. Go ahead and sue us. We don't have anything. You get the red. No, we don't even own the red couch. You won't even get that. Ha! Ha! But if you have a picture of yourself in your cat cooler, send it to us because we'd love to. Well, of course, these are the same people who can't seem to get the picture of that Lauren chick topless either. So what am I saying?
Yeah.
But if you go to catcoolers.com and use promo code Brandon, not only will you get the 10% off of the cat cooler of your choice, but you'll also get the peace of mind in knowing that your drinks will stay cool for days because the ice will stay ice for literally days. Baby. Ice.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know, that's who they should hire him. As
apparently he's coming to town too. By the way, I think he's at Billy
Is that
Bob's.
Vanilla Ice?
Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla
Ice
Ice
Baby.
is going to be at Billy Bob's?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, anybody
What the
can play
hell?
Billy
Why?
Bob's. Anybody play Billy Bob's now?
Yeah, but
Isn't
that
his
just
time
doesn't
past?
seem-
I don't
Don't
know. If
tell
you
me-
ask
don't-
my wife,
don't tell
my
me-
80s born, living through the 80s, knows the words and lyrics to every 80s song. Wife, she will tell you she wants to go to that.
Will she come on to the show and rap for us?
You know what? I'll ask her.
Collaborate and listen.
Momentarily,
Ice back
she'll
with the
reply to me and let me know.
Yeah. Tell her to call in. I want to hear
I
it.
would absolutely go to see Vanilla Ice.
I would too. You kidding me? I remember back when I was a kid, that song would come on. My mom's in the chat right now. It will come on, and we will sit in the driveway and listen to that song.
Oh, she liked it?
No, I liked it.
Oh, you liked it?
I liked it. I liked it so much. That, yeah.
He was pre-Eminem, folks.
Yeah,
this was the
this
first
is Eminem
white
before
rapper.
Eminem.
You know, this video has only been shown 276 million times. Wow, that's a really
I loved
bad
his hair,
filming.
dude. I did. I loved his hair.
Oh, I'd love to have that hair now.
He's a freaking paintbrush.
Robbie Van Winkle, for those that did not know that.
No relation to Rippy Van Winkle.
The best, seriously, the best thing that he has ever done, Vanilla Ice. Remember his
the only thing he's ever done.
Ninja Turtles 2 song?
No.
Oh no!
Find that, Brad. Find it.
It is the best freaking moment he has
thought you were
ever
gonna
had
talk
in his
about
entire life.
I thought you were going to talk about his home repair shows. What was it?
No. Oh, I didn't know he had one of those.
Yeah, he did an entire series of. It was like Flip It and Fix It or something. I don't remember.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Was that Vanilla Ice or was that?
No, that was Vanilla Ice.
I remember that. Hold on a second. We got to sit. I hate pre-roll ads.
Commercials. I
Pre-roll
freaking
ads.
hate-
By the way, if we ever do pre-roll ads on any of our videos, I will shoot us for me.
All right, so this is like the Ninja Turtles are like mid-fight. Yeah.
It's more of a visual thing because.
No, hang on, wait for it, because everyone's flipping out. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles 2 being like the.
Well, you are a.
Yeah! You love this place!
Hey, you, table one.
Does he get to the song ever?
Yeah,
That's all the
because
volume I got there,
the
baby.
the best part is like he starts to actually like he's like, oh, these guys need a beat to fight to, and so Vanilla Ice just starts like getting into it, man.
Well, let's see.
Wait, you missed it.
Did I? Oh well.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
I'll
maybe
teach you
not.
to be ready.
Yeah, I guess so.
There he
it
is, right there.
There it is. Yeah, he's getting into it.
Well, and look at that. Right on cue, Matlock steps in with an AR-15.
Yeah, screw this.
Yeah.
Screw that. I
Yeah.
like this better.
No kidding. We got ourselves an AR. There, wrong camera. You have to over there. Yeah. There you go. That's a nice box, Matlock. That's a very nice box. I'm assuming that's from TRA Guns. So we'll unbox that here in a second. That's a great idea. Wow, for once you brought me something I like. Nice. Matlock walks in, steals the show. Coming up next, more of your Daily Mojo with an AR-15.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. MoJo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump is promising to make health care the top priority if he's reelected.
What I'm saying is we're going to come up with a health care plan. We're not going to vote on it until after the election. We'll all promise it's going to be our first vote because we blew it the last time. Man, I was fed a bill of goods. I want to tell you, some of you I'm still a little bit angry, but not all of you.
The president spoke last night at the National Republican Congressional Committee's annual spring dinner here in Washington. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is advising the president not to shut down the southern border.
We certainly have a crisis at the border. I think the president's right about that. Closing down the border would have potentially catastrophic economic impact on our country, and would hope we would not be doing that.
Meantime, the White House is blaming Democrats for the country's broken immigration system.
According to Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, President Trump has very few options when it comes to dealing with the surge of asylum seekers coming across the southern border.
We're at a breaking point, and they have left the president absolutely no choice.
She says closing parts of the border with Mexico, which the president has threatened, is not their first choice. Sanders also says the administration is looking at all options. Greg Clugston, the White House.
The House Judiciary Committee is set to vote this morning to authorize Chairman Gerald Nadler to subpoena the full, unredacted version of the Mueller report, as well as all underlying evidence. President Trump says it's clear that congressional Democrats will never be satisfied in their search for documents.
So there's no collusion, there's no obstruction, and now we're going to start this process all over again? I think it's a disgrace.
Just yesterday, the House Oversight Committee authorized a subpoena related to whistleblower claims that the White House granted security clearances for dozens of individuals, despite recommendations to deny them. On Wall Street, Dow futures up by 115 points. More details at townhome.com.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
If you're tired of being fat, that's the simplest way I can put it, try Riduzone. It's not magic, it's science. It's a simple way to help keep yourself from overeating. Go to Riduzone. That's Riduzone.com.
Say what you want to say about Cortez. She's not unattractive. Whoopi Goldberg, ugly as dirt. She one ugly woman. She ugly. Whoopi is jealous.
Making radio great again. The Cartel with Matt and Ron. Weekday afternoon. MoJo 50.
Wow. Hey, guys. Ron Phillips from the Conservative Cartel. I want to tell you about a new weight loss product that's quickly becoming part of our MoJo 50 family. Okay, so it was launched by this Texas company who have taken the good stuff in olive oil and created a patented product that helps people control their appetite and lose weight. That's right. It's also a big help to keep the weight off. In a 6-year study of former contestants from The Biggest Loser, you remember that show? It showed that when you lose weight, your body actually thinks something bad has happened and it fights back by slowing your metabolism and boosting your appetite. Riduzone, that's R-I-D-U zone, contains a patented ingredient that has been shown to boost metabolism and reduce appetite while helping you burn fat. If you are struggling every day with cravings, try Riduzone. It makes it so much easier to control your appetite and not think about food all day. That's my problem. For a short time, we have a 30% off deal for our show. Just go to Riduzone.com and enter code MATT. That's M-A-T-T. Again, that's Riduzone.com. R-I-D-U-Z-O-N-E.com. Riduzone.
This is the MoJo 50 Institute for the Advanced Application of Freedom. Ya bitches.
The ship has landed.
Don't forget, if you want to help out the flood victims in the Midwest, go to m25m.org. That's Matthew25ministries.org, m25m.org. They are right there on the front page. You'll see the donate button, and if you can help monetarily, that would be fabulous, because those the people up there are not getting the attention they deserve. Because they are going through some hellacious times right now. There's a Lithuania. This is like a dream come true if you are a frequent flyer. This happened in Lithuania, so you'd have to go there first. He was flying to Italy. He got a nice surprise when he got on board the plane. The only passenger aboard the Boeing 737-800. Skarmatis Strimatis. I think he made a violin at one point. He was flying from Vilnius to the northern Italian city of Bergamo, for a ski holiday in March, middle of March. He had the whole plane to himself. It usually seats up to 188 people. The only other people on, though, were 2 pilots and 5 crew members. It had chartered the plane to fly a group home from Italy, and they sold a bunch of one-way tickets to keep this. Apparently, the group either didn't show or to change their plans. So he had the only ticket aboard this airplane. Kind of nice.
Yeah.
You can stretch out. So you still haven't found the picture of Lauren Miranda, huh? I'm disappointed.
I don't think it exists, Brad.
It has to exist. The teacher who is the former New York teacher who's filing a $3 million lawsuit because she was fired over a nude selfie. She was at Bellport Middle School in Suffolk, Long Island, fired after a topless photo that she sent to a teacher, who's her boyfriend apparently. She was dating at the time. Apparently got sent around the school district without her consent.
Oh.
She says somehow a student obtained the photo and shared it. She said the photo was taken 2 years ago. Does not know how the student obtained the photo. Okay. And so, anyway, it's out there. It has to be. Every picture I've found so far has been pixelated.
We need to get 4chan on it. They're going to be the ones who find it.
All right. So, I mean, and this is strictly for
scientific research, of course.
As a news organization, we
need to have the facts.
Yes. I mean, there's just no two ways around it. So Matlock did just step into the studio moments ago bearing gifts, as it were. This particular box came to us from traguns.com.
Which is my favorite place to buy it.
It is indeed. Would you like to do the honors?
I will definitely do
Brandon Morse on the Twitter and the Facebook and the Insta. And the is it? Do I say the
on
Insta,
Instagram? It's the Brandon Morse Radio. There is a the Brandon Morse, which is also me, but that's not like it's not political. Like that's my personal life.
Is that where you put your nude selfies?
That's where
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So that's where you can follow him. And then you got real Brad Staggs over here, and then real Ron Phillips in there, and the AR-15 that he's all right. I will describe to you what's happening here. Brandon has the sharp object.
I have the knife of Hernandez.
He is slicing open the tape. That would be the imaginary tape.
Yeah, because apparently.
And he's opening the box that's about 4 feet long and maybe a foot wide. It's he's opened the lid. He has there's some plastic. There's more cardboard and plastic inside. It is almost like when you would open a packaging from, like, say, IKEA. This is much better than an IKEA box, though.
I really enjoy this way more than an IKEA box.
It's yes. And he's lifting out what appears to be an AR-15 rifle covered in plastic, protective plastic to protect the finish, of course, because you don't want.
I'm touching it, Brad. Brad, I'm touching it.
He's touching it. He's holding it gingerly with both hands.
I'm about to Biden the crap out of this
in
thing.
a safe. Are you going to sniff it?
Oh, I can't.
That is I can't believe I didn't take a picture yet. Hold on a minute, because that is a pretty gun. And kaboom! There we go. That is a beautiful weapon, and wow, that is really a gorgeous.
Back here so I can show
very nice, and. Kurt over at TRA Gun sent that to us. That is going up on the wall here in the MoJo 50 Freedom Dojo. It'll be on the back wall, protected by glass, so that it just in case of an emergency. I mean, you can break in,
if you want to try,
but you won't break out. I'll tell you that. Yeah, we.
Brad, would you like to hold?
Can I touch it?
Do you want to just? Here.
I'd love to touch
it's it. Like be sure to hold its head.
Support its head.
Be sure to support its head.
Do I have to burp it?
Yep, you do.
Wow, that is nice. That is a nice. How do you
shoot it?
Yeah. Is this the trigger? Is that the button you push?
Oh, they included a mag pull. Thank you so much. These are my
mag pulls
magazines.
Are freaking
dude.
Brilliant.
I have an AK-47, and I almost just threw away the one that came with it because it was horrible. But I got a mag pull for it. Oh, it works so well.
This is a nice gun. I mean, everything. Oh, everything. It's like right out of the box. Everything just is so smooth. The charger. Oh, this is nice. This is pretty.
May I?
Absolutely. Support its head. Support its head. You don't want. Babies when they're that young, you don't want to let their head droop backward, because it is. That just looks. You're frightening me. It's just. I'm scared.
Look at that. You should be scared.
I'm scared because I've seen those things jump off the table and shoot people before.
Well, the key is not to anger it.
Right. Yeah. Talk gently to it. If you hold it, if you support its head and talk gently to it, I've never seen an AR jump up in anger.
Fun fact: if you go to my YouTube or even my my public Facebook channel, I actually have a video called "Making My Gun Mad," where I try everything in my power to actually anger my gun into going off by itself.
And it finally jumps up and shoots somebody?
I hate to ruin the ending.
Okay, so we'll just have to go and we should tweet out a link to that because I think that's fascinating.
I think I'm going to do that.
I mean, that was gutsy.
Now.
That's gutsy on your part.
Look at that.
That is gutsy on your part.
Well, for science,
Yeah, science, bitches. This is a beautiful gun, and they are available, by the way, at traguns.com.
That's right. TRA, you can get something like this.
That is a
beautiful,
pretty gun.
This. Oh, so pretty. So pretty.
It's a work of art, really. It is a work of art. So thank you, Kurt, and the gang over at TRA Guns, which, by
Seriously,
the way,
guys, thank you.
Their brick and mortar's coming along, too.
Their North Carolina store?
Yep. So they've got pictures of that, I believe, on the gram as well.
Our buddy Dan says, guys, please tell me you're going to take her to the range before you mount her.
Well, yeah. I mean, do you think we're animals?
We are gentlemen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
We take them out for a nice date first.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm, show them a good time.
Yes, we do. Is it TR or is it Tar River? It's Tar River Arms on Twitter. Tar River Arms.
Can I just hold this like this the rest
I'll
of
do
the...
that in a minute.
I can...
Brandon looks like a security guard. He's just going to hang out with the gun.
You need a Segway now. Ride around with a Segway and your AR.
Nice choice of jacket today, Brandon.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Welcome to the Daily Mojo.
You look a little like the Unabomber.
Shut up. No, I don't.
There's a new report out on Gen Zs.
Oh,
this is good.
Oh, it's good. More good news.
Gen Zs expect to be promoted within 12 months of being hired.
Really?
Yeah. New study says 76% of Generation Z expects to be promoted at work within 12 months. Here's what you need to know. Gen Z. Inside Out Development is a workplace coaching provider. They released a study today. This was in mid-March, actually, of 1,000 members, ages 18 to 23 of Gen Z, those born between 96 and 2010. Shows their attitude toward work, including for earnings, promotions, and management opportunities. They have high expectations for pay and promotions. Wait your turn and put in your time may not register with Gen Z. Interesting. 76%, again, expect to be promoted within a year.
I got to tell you.
32% believe they deserve a promotion within the first 6 months of their first job.
I really like Gen Z. They are so far probably my favorite generation, other than the greatest generation.
Could be our last best hope.
They could be.
Now, here's what I'll say though about that. I agree. The 76% who say they should be promoted within a year of starting their first job. I agree if you are being productive.
Yeah, no, for sure. Sure.
If you're just sitting on your ass not doing anything, but I totally agree because we've all been in jobs where you come in and you work your ass off, and then Bob over there, he's been there for 18 years and he gets the promotion ahead of you because Bob's been here for 12 years. We've got to give him it. Why do you have to give him the promotion?
Yeah.
Bob's sitting on his lazy ass not being productive.
Yeah.
I'm over here busting mine and being productive. I want the promotion. Absolutely. I support you 100%. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Or Bob is a minority. He's a protected class. We've got to get Bob because we don't have enough of
diversity hire. Essentially, yeah.
Our Department of Diversity, our biodiversity, and
don't get me started.
I know
diversity hires because I will go on for years.
You're the wrong shade of skin,
or you have the wrong junk swinging between your legs, or
any of that. It's all crap.
It's all crap. It's all crap.
It should be based on what you do.
Yeah, I have lost jobs to women who definitely deserved to have that position over me because they were just better at what they did.
You like them when you're a position over you? Almost. Good I did there. I drug it right back down.
But I have also lost positions to women that should not have gotten that job, but they did anyway because they were a woman.
Your hair smells really good, Brandon.
Thank you, Joe Biden.
I like that a lot.
Mr. Vice President, can you please? I'm trying to do a radio show. Mr. Biden, please.
Can I smell your AR-15?
You can do that. Yeah. I feel like at this moment in time, I'm trying to. Good luck in 2020, by the way.
Thank you.
I see that your numbers are going down now because of what you're doing right now.
You say going down?
Yeah.
Gen Z also, by the way, believes in bachelor's degrees.
They do.
According to the study, about 80% of Gen Z believes that at least a bachelor's degree is necessary to attain a dream job, while nearly 70% think they will need at least a bachelor's degree to maintain a comfortable lifestyle.
Here's the problem: is they might believe that, but I don't know if they agree with it, and I have to.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I kind of agree too, because I recently not long ago I was looking for a 9-to-5 job. And I went on Indeed and all these, like the monster.coms and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that they continuously said that they required is a bachelor's degree if you wanted to get a job with these people, which is ridiculous to me. It doesn't even matter what degree you have, so long as you have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, that's the asinine thing.
It is asinine. Essentially, it's a lot of money that you're putting into a degree that doesn't even have normally anything to do with the job.
But it shows that you can actually, have the dedication and the focus to accomplish something for, a couple of years. That's what we're looking for, somebody who can focus.
What it really shows is that you can just follow orders, and that's exactly what's important in the workplace.
Yeah, no, exactly.
How about if you have good ideas?
I really like that voice you did, by the way.
Thank you. Well, you don't mean this one, do you?
No, Mr. Biden, Mr. Vice President, can you please?
Different one.
Thank you.
How about, if you're good at what they're hiring for, if you happen to be I see nothing happening bad there, leaning that up against that glass.
Oh, Rondolph. You just made the picture so much. Yeah, why don't you angle that down just a bit? There you go. You know what? Just put the camera on the gun.
He's positioning the AR-15.
There you go, and then we'll just leave it there for the rest of the.
Yeah,
they don't need to see us.
That'll trigger them.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Oh, so good.
It really shouldn't. A bachelor's degree. I've got a bachelor's degree in underwater basket weaving. Well, that's good because at least you got a bachelor's degree.
Great. Now you can get a job here at this news station.
Right.
That's exactly what it is nowadays. It's not. It has nothing to do with you understanding the ins and outs of this career. It's can you follow orders well?
Yeah.
And that's all it really is. Did you spend the time and money to have a piece of paper that gives you some kind of bona fides that has nothing to do with this job?
I'm sorry, some bona who?
Bona fides.
Yeah. If you speak like that to me again, we're stepping outside and dancing. Wow.
I'm going to slap you across your face and kiss you on your cheekbone.
Does that cost extra? Because I'm willing to pay.
But it's sad. It's sad. So I think Gen Z is 100%. They believe that that's true because it is true. But I don't think that they agree with it. In fact, let me go ahead and give you another statistic. Brad.
By the way, 98% of all statistics are made up.
That is actually 100% true.
103% of the time.
Yeah. A report from Vice last year pointed out that Gen Z, which consists of those born between the mid-90s and the early 2000s, are attempting to avoid the mistake of millennials and focus on getting jobs that pay well without acquiring useless degrees and crushing debt. Yeah. What they're doing instead is they're going out and they're going to trade schools.
Trade schools are the most underrated educational opportunity in this country. More people, if they would learn how to do something with their hands.
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands? They would you'll never be able. You'll never be out of a job if you know how to fix things.
Yeah.
If you have no idea what you want to be when you grow up, because, by the way, I still don't know what I want to be. But if you learn how to fix stuff, you will never be without a job.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens, especially if the apocalypse happens.
Yeah.
If you can fix stuff, you will always have a way to make money.
And here's the other thing is I feel like a lot of people don't understand how much money people who can fix stuff make. Because I feel like, especially my generation, and I'm pretty sure the generation before me, it was all the be a doctor and a lawyer. You don't want to be the guy out there,
Oh, now you don't want to be a doctor now.
No, you don't. The way I look at it now is like, look, only a certain select people are fit to be doctors and lawyers, right? Maybe you're one of them. I'm not.
Well, but you don't want to be a doctor because now you first of all, the malpractice insurance is through the roof.
Oh, for sure.
And then you've got to deal with the insurance and all that crap. I've talked with doctors who say they would not, if they had to do over again, they would certainly not be a doctor now. Be a plumber.
Dude, plumbers and electricians,
Cha-ching.
HVAC operators, like even the dude, one of my favorite stories, they make mad money. One of my favorite stories is this guy in a town, there was no like porta potty business, and everyone was like, no, it's beneath me. I would never work with poo.
See
and
what you did there.
This guy goes, okay, well then I'll do it. He ends up creating this like multi-million-dollar porta potty company.
Mm-hmm.
Just for
Is that the one with worms?
Dealing with your poop. What?
Is that the one with worms? The porta potty, not the guy.
No, I don't know about
There's
that.
a worm. There's some new worm porta potty that uses worms that eat it and.
You know what's funny is you're saying, and like initially I'd be like, that's freaking gross, but in retrospect, I think it's grosser just to leave it stagnant and laying there, because there's nothing gross. There's nothing more gross. There's nothing more gross than going into a porta potty. I walk in there, and if it's been used before, you can tell. All right, it's the grossest damn thing. I would much rather there be insects and worms eating it after the fact.
Would you put your hand down into it for $100?
No.
For 1,000?
No.
For 10,000?
Warmer.
For $50,000, you have to put your hand into below the surface of the water, and you have to hold it there for 5 seconds.
For 50,000?
50,000.
Yeah, I'd do it. For 50,000.
Would you, if you had to reach down and actually like move your fingers back and forth like making a fist, so you feel what's in there?
Yeah, I'd do it for 50.
50 grand?
Yeah.
I think I probably would too.
Yeah, for 50,000.
50 grand.
Because here's the way I look at it: for $100 couldn't cover the antibiotics I would need to get better after that. $1,000 would be like not worth it. I might be able to use half of that for medical, and then no, 50,000. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
What are the jackholes up to anything?
The Duchess says, my buddy went to HVAC trade school, got a job working on an oil company compound in Africa, does 5 weeks there, 5 home, or traveling the world, living his dreams, debt-free. That's what I'm talking about.
You can certainly, you can make a lot of money by being a tradesman, and they are desperate for people to get into the business, and
they really are.
It have been for a long time because people haven't been doing that.
It's money laying on the ground essentially right now.
It is.
And Mike Rowe has been trying to bring that to America's attention for years now, and he created a foundation that essentially awards people willing to do the work with free trade school money. They can go there, learn it, and then they can be a productive member of society. Because you got to think, look at everything that's happened right now with millennials. We go to college, we get our master's degrees, but the problem is that these master's degree that we go to college for, there's only so many of those jobs to go around. You know, there's not an infinite amount of jobs out there, especially with millennials pushing these like, hey, we need to tax the rich and we need to get,
eat the rich.
Yeah, eat the rich. Well, what the hell do you think the rich do? They create more jobs. Well, now you're stopping them from doing so. But so there's only so many jobs to go around. So instead of being able to get a career, they have to go out and basically they're still living with their parents. And I think I talked about this on the Morse code not long ago. We're way worse off than our parents were at the same age. You know,
they knew how to save.
Well, not only did they know how to save, like they were married, they were living in their own home, they were working, they were making money. Here, we're not making money. We're flipping burgers and making pizzas while living with mommy and daddy because we can't get a job and we're drowning in student debt. And why would you continue to propagate this pattern when Gen Z they've got the right idea? Let's go to trade school instead and actually do something that makes us money and makes us happy.
There you go. I mean, the solution is pretty simple when you think about it.
Yeah.
And so Gen Z might be our, you know what I need to do is find a couple of Gen Zs to adopt and they can take care of me for the rest of my life. I don't know. Why are you laughing? I think that's a good idea. I mean, that's
such a Gen X thing to say. Are you Gen X?
I'm right on the cusp.
Yeah.
I'm on the cusp of baby boomer and Gen X.
That's such a Gen X thing to say.
Thank you. See, I don't know which one I want to be because baby boomer makes me sound old.
Mm-hmm.
I am old.
Technically, I'm like in the midpoint between millennial and Gen X. Like I'm like right in that little like combo area.
You're in the fold.
The fold. I'm within the fold. Yeah.
So
I have the best of or the worst of both worlds, if you
right,
will.
Yeah. That's exactly it. You're like the middle child.
Because I'm over here
don't
like
have a direction.
I'm like, get a job as a plumber, and I'm over here like sitting in a radio station like talking crap.
Yep. Yep, that's me.
Such a millennial thing.
That is me. But see, when I leave here, I go fix things.
When I leave here, I go write stuff, which is exactly what a millennial would do. I go and I write, and I give my opinion on political matters online, which is exactly what a millennial would do.
Well, at least you're to thine own self be true.
Exactly.
That is what you
At
have
least
to
I'm
remember.
honest about it. But
There
hey,
you
at
go.
least I'm making money off of it. That's something
Not
that
here,
I.
you're
That's
not.
not here. But that's something. That's something different.
Yeah, I'm not either. So we're doing this because we love it. Damn it, we
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
If you go to ridyourzone.com, maybe you don't love being fat.
Maybe.
That was,
Maybe
that was
you
that
don't.
was a weak transition, wasn't it?
That was a weak transition.
If you love being fat, don't go to Rid You Zone. How's that? That's better?
That's good.
I mean, if you love just like sitting there and wallowing around in your own clump of fat, like you feel like Jabba the Hutt laying on the couch, you roll over, part of you lands on the floor before you even get up. If you're enjoying that, if you're enjoying sitting in a chair and no one can see the chair, don't go to Rid You Zone. Don't try to lose the weight. Continue being as fat as you want to be. But if you would like to lighten the effects of gravity on your skeleton, if you would like to fit into some smaller clothes, if you would like to perhaps tie your shoes without going,
Damn, Brad, you know exactly. That was a good.
If you would like to do something about it, and I know your brain has to be in the right spot to do it, because you're kidding yourself if you think you're going to lose weight when you ain't got your brain set right. You might as well just forget it.
Yep.
When you get your brain right and you're ready to lose weight, go to ridyuzone.com, or as Matlock says, Ridyuzone. Go to Ridyuzone. I don't even know how you spell that, but Ridyuzone, you spell Riduzone.
Yes.
Ridyuzone.
Ridyuzone.
As Joe Biden would say, it's a 3-letter word. Ridyuzone. Riduzone. And there you'll find a special 30% off coupon automatically applied to a 3-bottle promotion. You take this on a daily basis like Eric did, and he lost 63 pounds, taking it 3 times a day for 14 weeks. Now, it's not a magic bullet. You're not going to just take the pill and boom, you're going to get skinny. Healthy lifestyle. You got to do that too. You got to lower the caloric intake, but that's what Ridyuzone helps you do. Makes you feel fuller, faster, and also helps speed up a slow, sluggish metabolism. Because when your metabolism gets slow, you turn into Jabba. What? Ridyuzone.com. And by the way, if you go to Twitter right now, you'll see the picture of Ron Phillips, real Ron Phillips, looking a little too happy holding the gun.
Can you be too happy holding a gun?
I don't know. It's just, he's splashed all across our Twitter wall here, so it's a little disturbing. I love it. Your daily MoJo.
High capacity, fully automatic, large caliber, freedom. MoJo 50.
Today, I have to start with an apology. I'm sorry, guys and gals. I missed a major event on the calendar in the United States yesterday. It was Equal Pay Day, a moment for politicians, the mainstream media, and others to tell us all about how women aren't being paid the same as men. You'll have to excuse me for not participating, though, if for only the simple reason that I live in the world of facts, and the facts tell us that Equal Pay Day and the assertion that there's this massive gender pay gap is complete bullcrap. First off, how gender conformist of the left to even call it a gender pay gap? After all, we've been told for the last few years that gender is just a social construct. So shouldn't it be the binary biological sex wage gap? If it were a true gender pay gap, we'd have no time to discuss all 179 different genders here on this segment. That is the number as of today, right? But back to reality. If you were paying attention to anything the media and feminists have said over the last 10 years, then you've heard this whole women make 79 cents for every dollar a man makes narrative. While that seems dire, that 79-cent number comes from simply taking the average of all male and female salaries and then taking the difference between the two. It's technically called the uncontrolled wage gap. The good news is that researchers have finally found the data necessary to have a controlled wage gap calculation. Feminists, leftists, and the mainstream media likely never told you yesterday what that number was. When you control for things like education, hours worked, position held, and so on, the gap narrows to women earning an average of 99 cents to every dollar a man makes. The horror! Even if you use the numbers from Payscale.com and others, the gap is still 98 to $1. But don't expect the reality to get in the way of another good feminist and leftist narrative. I'm Andrew Coppins, and this has been By the Numbers. You can follow me on all the socials at The Coppins Show.
By the Numbers with Andrew Coppins is powered by TarRiverArms.com. They've revolutionized online firearm sales with high-resolution pictures, 3D imaging, and the best prices. How much will you save? Find out at TarRiverArms.com. That's TarRiverArms.com.
The Daily Mojo.
Wow, I am impressed. Pink Floyd says, I make about $100K running a handyman business in a village of less than 10,000 people. Damn fine living with a hammer in my hand and days off whenever I want. I used to do work with a handyman service in Nashville. It was called the Handyman Connection, oddly enough. And the guy who owned it, I think
sounds like a dating service.
It really does. What do I do with my hands? It was, you would, so you'd sign up with a service, and he'd call you, say, okay, Mrs. Foster over there on whatever, 3rd Avenue, needs you to go over, and this is back when you had cell phones and didn't have texting and all that, but so you go over to Mrs. Foster's house, and Mrs. Foster had a toilet that needed to be replaced, let's say, or a hole in the wall. And so to figure out how much it was going to cost, and this took the onus off of you as the guy showing up doing the work, so you didn't show up and go, I'm going to charge you $250. Because then they go, well, would you do it for $200? So you called the office. You say, all right, Miss Foster, let me call the home office here. I'm gonna find out how much it's gonna cost. Yeah, this is Brad. I'm over at Miss Foster's house, and they'd say, is the job going to take longer than 2 hours? And you go, yeah. So it was kind of a code.
Yeah.
It was an ingenious system, and I mean, it's honest. It was just it took because if people are given a firm price, if they think that you're not coming up with it, if it's the home office coming up with it, they're less likely to try to negotiate with you.
Right.
So it's like, so you say, is it going to take longer to? Yes, it is. Is it going to take 3 hours? No. Is it going to take 2.5 hours? Uh-huh. All right, then that's going to be, and there was an hourly rate. They'd figure it out, do the math for you. Here's the price. It's $238.14.
Yeah.
Because if you add on the 14 cents, then it really sounds like there was a formula put to the whole thing, and people go, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Boy, they put some thought into this. And so then you turn to Mrs. Foster and say, all right, Mrs. Foster, this is going to cost $238.14 according to the home office. You want me to do it? Yep. All right. I'm going to do it. And you do the job, and Mrs. Foster pays you $238.14. And I think at the time it was like a 50-50 split. So, was it 50-50 or 60? Whatever it was, you got your portion. The local handyman, the place got their portion.
Right.
And Mrs. Foster got her hole fixed. So it's again, you can fix stuff. You will never be unemployed. If you don't mind getting your hands dirty. And that's a lot of people don't want their hands dirty.
Yeah. They're not willing to get,
their hands dirty.
Well, I mean, just anything like they when they want to stay clean and immaculate, they don't want to sweat and stuff like that. And because I feel like, maybe tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I feel like a lot of people, especially my age, kind of go, like they consider it beneath them because we have been told by society that this is beneath us.
Blue collar.
Yeah, the blue collar life. It's just only those middle Americans, blue collar nonsense, ignorant workers, and we're like, oh well, we don't want to be like that. We want to be smart, intelligent, and successful. Right. And so we end up basically leaving a lot of money on the ground and living a life of hollow ridiculousness.
Yes. And no one wants to lead a life of hollow ridiculousness.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. Speaking of hollow and ridiculous, Brunei. That is a country that is. You know the story? Have you seen this?
Just like speaking of hollow and ridiculous, this country.
Well, after I tell you this, you might agree with me. Brunei is introducing strict new Islamic laws that make anal sex and adultery offenses punishable by stoning to death.
Wait, I already thought that was a law.
The new measure that comes into force on Wednesday also covers a range of other crimes, including punishment for theft by amputation.
Oh, my.
The move has sparked international condemnation. Brunei's gay community has expressed shock and fear at the medieval punishments. You wake up, you realize that your neighbors, your family, even that nice old lady that sells prawn fritters by the side of the road doesn't think you're human or is okay with stoning, according to one Bruneian gay man who did not want to be identified, understandably. The Sultan of the small Southeast Asian nation on Wednesday called for stronger Islamic teachings. I want to see Islamic teachings in this country grow stronger.
Oh, my God. Why?
Sultan Hassanai Bolkiah said in a public message, according to AFP news agency, without mentioning the new laws.
You know, I don't understand why people look around and they see that something like a religion or a ideological like position or something like that only destroys societies, hurts people, makes people miserable, and yet they're like, yeah, that's a good idea, let's go for that.
You have to be tolerant. You have to be tolerant.
I am intolerant.
Homosexuality was already illegal in Brunei, punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Now stoning to death.
Look, why do you care? That's my question. I don't understand. Why do you care what people do behind closed doors? It makes no difference.
They want to control every aspect of your life.
But that to me, like maybe it's just me, but that kind of thing stresses me out. Like having to worry about what other people are doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm not my brother's keeper. I know. Like why do I need to look after him and make sure like he has if a complete and total stranger has no effect on my life whatsoever and they want to behind closed doors, you know, have somebody do the no pants dance with them that has the same equipment as they do, then you know what? That's their life. I can't interfere. I'm not going to stop them from doing whatever they want. That's their choice. That's their decision.
Why do we say we don't care what you stick where?
Yeah.
I don't want to pay for it.
Just don't. Yeah, exactly. Don't take money out of my wallet or break my arm. We're good. We're good. You live with the consequences of what you do.
Yep.
You know?
Not my concern.
Exactly.
And we can go out and have dinner and we can play croquet in the front yard.
Yeah.
I like croquet.
Do you?
You ever tried mewing? Have you seen mewing? Oh, are you in for a treat?
Oh, I'm
mewing.
I'm strangely curious.
It is the... All right, first of all, you're not going to need pants.
I kind of figured. I kind of figured that's where this was headed.
So, wow, that was too easy. All right, so Sarah Hornsby, I'm going to let her explain what mewing is.
Okay.
All right, so she is this is from her YouTube channel, Faceology.
Oh, okay.
This is, again, Sarah Hornsby. What is mewing? It says on the screen.
Hey everyone, I'm Sarah Hornsby. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. As you know, I'm a myofunctional therapist and I do my therapy online and I am here to talk.
By the way, she said myofunctional.
Myofunctional?
Myofunctional therapy. You know what that is?
No.
Neither do I.
To you guys today about a big question that I hear all the time. What is mewing? Okay, that sounds kind of like a weird word. But what it is a technique.
That's because it's a weird word.
That's definitely
that would be why it sounds like a weird word, because it is a weird word.
That was created by Doctors John and Mike Mew of orthotropics. And I'll have to do a whole nother video on orthotropics itself. But it's pretty much self-taught myofunctional therapy. So when people do mewing, they are trying to breathe through their nose, rest with their tongue in the roof of their mouth, teach themselves to swallow correctly.
All right, so first of all, I'm just going to stop it so we can breathe through your nose, rest with your tongue on the top of on the roof of your mouth, and what was the third one? I've already forgotten it. Breathe correctly.
No, swallow correctly.
Swallow. Sorry. I just wanted to see if I could.
They work on a lot of chewing exercises to really strengthen the muscles of the mouth and the face and the throat and all of these things. And they do mewing in preparation to do orthotropics. So mewing.
Orthotropics, by the way, is, I think this year, it happens every 4 years. Orthotropics, I think, is in Rio de Janeiro this year. Oh. The torch, the orthotropic torch will be carried around. So.
And myofunctional therapy can almost be used interchangeably. I think mewing is a great thing, but if you need a little extra help, it might be worth looking into actually working with a myofunctional therapist who can teach you some very specific exercises. So
there you go.
Okay.
That is mewing.
That's it?
That's mewing. You can't figure out what it is yet?
Oh, I was afraid you were going to start mewing like a cat.
No.
Or she was.
So what it is,
I was kind of hoping she was going to start doing that.
They're saying it's an unusual health technique that claims to change the shape of your jawline without surgery. It has snowballed in popularity online. Don't Google that, by the way. Mewing, you can Google mewing, just don't Google the other. So what happens is, so you've seen the people without a chin. So you get people that just, in their profile, it's kind of blah, blah. So this is my takeaway. So if you take your tongue and place it firmly against the roof of your mouth, and in the words of somebody that I watched the video, just don't press it up so hard and all the way back to the back of your throat that you can't breathe. So all the way top of your mouth, but you still got to be able to breathe.
Okay.
Now, see, it's hard. By the way, it's very hard to talk when you're mewing.
So I'm mewing right now.
You're mewing right now. So what you're trying to do is, if you look at your profile, you're trying to get this back part of your jawline up. No. See, now you're Brandon is sticking out his lower jaw. He's obviously an amateur at mewing.
I am not. I'm not very good at mewing, as it turns out.
You're telling me. So when you stick the tongue against the roof of your mouth like this, and you see back here on the back of my throat, well, not the back of my throat, the back of my chin, jawline here.
Yeah.
See, it goes up. It goes up. That is what you're doing when you're mewing.
the audio.
It is a technique that promises to help gain full genetic potential in your facial features by moving the position of the tongue and the teeth.
What does genetic potential mean? Like you're going to look younger?
You are such an amateur.
I am.
Wow, you obviously don't have a master's degree.
No,
wow.
I was smart.
So there are hundreds of videos dedicated to it online, and people are sharing their before and after pictures. And I think
so. This is something that happens like they like it doesn't take that long for them to see results.
Well, I guess upwards of in some cases 12 months.
Okay. So a year.
No, just 12 months.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to tweet out here on the Daily MoJo Twitter there, right? I just a link to a Daily Mail post that will show you pictures. It'll show you not only the pictures, but it'll show you how some people have gone from 0 to hero, essentially.
Really?
Yeah. One guy let's see, this was 11-1. That can't be right. He did it in 4 months, and you can, I mean, look at the difference there in 4 months.
Yeah, he shaved his beard right off.
No, you're not suggesting that just by shaving the beard off that he made his profile look different, are you? Because that would be crazy.
I'm looking at. I mean, like that beard is gone.
That's a gone beard. I will give you that.
That beard is not there anymore.
Gone beard.
Wow, it really works.
By mewing, this man actually made it look like he doesn't have a beard.
I mean, if
you're suggesting that he just shaved the beard off and didn't,
I am just,
really I am anything
blown
else.
away right now.
It's that's mewing, and Dr. Mew. Dr. Mew posts videos on his Orthotropics channel on YouTube. And I'm sure Orthotropics, that may be an absolute legit thing.
Yeah.
Because when we're going to get the tweets now, you're making fun of Orthotropics. I have been to the Orthotropics, and let me tell you, it's a fabulous vacation spot.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Orthotropics.
Oh, it is. It's a little more humid than I really like to, on vacation. I like to have low humidity. So the Orthotropics is a little more humid than I care for, but the drinks are fabulous.
I bet they are.
They are amazing.
Do you mew while you're there?
Not in public.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think that it's
probably best behind closed doors.
It is. I mean, if you don't want to mew in front of people you don't know.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
That's just considered rude.
It'd be a little awkward.
Right. Yeah. So here's the thing. He admits that his, he says that mewing was created for health improvements rather than cosmetic reasons, though he admits that they are fairly synonymous and so are largely the same thing, which, pretty much he used a lot of words and said nothing.
Yeah. I feel like
that is a skill set right there. When you can actually put together a lot of words and make them sound like you've actually said something that's intelligible, that's a skill.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to underplay that because let's see here. Let me just read you a small section.
Okay.
If you and this is, how do I put this best? We live, we vibrate, we're reborn. Nothing is impossible. You and I we're pilgrims of the dreamscape, really. Our conversations with other entities have led to an awakening of hyper magical consciousness.
That's true.
I mean, reality's always been overflowing with adventurers whose souls are immersed in will. I mean, who are we when you get down to it?
That's true.
Where on the Great Vision Quest where will we be awakened? How should you navigate this advanced quantum soup? I mean, there's not really a better word. If you've ever experienced it, devoid of self especially, it can be difficult to reflect.
This is the doctor who invented mewing.
No, this is just me.
Oh,
this is
okay.
me.
That's, wow, you sounded really poetic there.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I was not.
Keep
talking.
Yeah, you need, oh, sorry. As I continue, imagine an awakening of what could be. We are being called to explore the solar system itself as an interface between health and guidance. Eons from now, we storytellers will dream like never before as we are re-energized by the quantum cycle, which, by the way, takes unleaded fuel. Don't ever put leaded fuel in your quantum cycle. You will, and
please use synthetic oil.
Right.
Okay. Don't
if more people did that, yeah, I mean, just you'll save repairs. However, you will keep a repairman in business.
That is also true.
So it's kind of a win-win situation, or actually a lose-win for you.
Have you ever thought about things like that, like mechanics putting things in your? Well, it happened to you the other day, I guess.
Putting things in you? Oh yes, I should give you an update on that.
Yeah, You were kind of you left that with a cliffhanger there.
Well, I did leave it. My experience with Valvoline Instant Oil Change, I went in this weekend, had my oil changed, and discovered by way of one of the technicians coming over to me and telling me that the last time I apparently had my oil changed, the company had put in what's called a pan saver, which is a temporary oil plug that should not be left in such a position for an extended amount of time. You should get that repaired as soon as possible, because essentially the threads on your oil pan are stripped and you no longer have your standard oil drain plug. I said, well, that's fascinating to find out, because it was you guys at Valvoline who did the last oil change.
For sure, yeah.
You're the ones who put it in and never told me. So I called customer service, not very happy, and they said, well, we'll get somebody to call you back. And the manager at the other Valvoline, where I had my oil changed, called me, left me a message and said, call me back. We would like to get this fixed. And I called him. He said, bring it in. We'll take a look. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure what you got to take a look at. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory there.
Yeah.
You left the drain plug out and you put a temporary pan saver in. So what are you going to be looking at? You guys did it. I mean, not me. So I've got to take my time and drive my truck over to their place so that they can tell me what they did wrong.
But they're going to fix it for free.
Hell if I know. They haven't told me yet. I still have to make the time, which this is why I get so aggravated, and I know I have to follow through. But I get so aggravated because it's like, okay,
I feel like this is one of those moments where the place goes, hey, we goofed.
Right, you would think that, yes, they would call up and, first of all, so we're very sorry. Did I get the apology? No. Nope.
See,
not even a little.
This is one of those times where I'm just like, I really don't feel like you're giving me a lot of reason to go to Valvoline.
Right. Yes, exactly. And I'm not sure that they understand that. Yeah. But, and again, maybe this is just the way of the world now. Maybe this is the way businesses conduct themselves.
You should tell them, like, look, I am Brad freaking Staggs. I am Bradley
effing J. Staggs.
Dozens of listeners.
I wouldn't go that far. 7 strong. I have 7 really strong. Okay, 6.5 really strong listeners.
Yeah, some of them are in there, but they're not really listening. They're just kind of having us in the background.
Posse. No, I said posse, sir. No, I have a pot. Yeah, I know we're living in a different world. It's a pot.
Pot noose.
Let's just move on, sir. And I will bring them all with me when I come in. They will be riding in the back of my truck.
That's right.
But am I wrong to be irritated that I need to drive my truck over to their place? I mean, well, what do you want them to do? Come to your? Yes. And I guess what bothered me most is that the conversation didn't start off with, so sorry.
Yeah.
Man, we apologize.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Was I need you to bring the truck over so I can take a look at it.
Yeah, see, that's not good customer service right there. It starts with, hey, I goofed. My bad.
Right.
Please forgive me.
Right.
Can you please bring this over here and I will make it all right?
Yes.
And because I'm sorry, that you need a Karen, man. You need a Karen.
And see, I get that. I reached that point where I just go off.
That's like Rocky with an ice at the very. You need a Karen.
Yeah. It happened to me with, so the Valvoline is an ongoing story. It happened to me with a pair of shoes when I lived in California. There was I got them home. See, I bought them, took them home. I think I put them on in the house and I brought them back. It's like, no, these just don't. They're not comfortable, whatever it was. I never wore them. Brought them back to the store, and the guy behind the counter is like, how do I know you just didn't wear these and walk around a bunch of times in them outside?
Seriously?
I almost climbed over the table at him.
Dude, I would.
Oh,
my God.
Oh. And that was back in the day when if I got a steak sent to me the wrong, I would not say, I mean, they could have burned it. I wouldn't send it back because I just didn't speak up. But I almost crawled across the table at this guy.
And you would have been justified in doing that. I think no court would convict you. No court.
It's
like, Your Honor, this dude here.
First of all, I was never honor. But so we will keep you posted on the Valvoline thing.
Yeah.
And see how they.
Because I'm not too impressed right now with the Valvolinos.
No, I'm not either.
You know?
I am not either. You know, the phone's ringing.
Let's answer the phone.
Let's answer the phone to see what happens with the. Hey, who's this?
This is Bob Seagard.
Bob Seeger?
Bob Seeger.
Bob Teagarden.
Oh, Bob. I was going to say Bob Seeger. We love Bob Seeger. Bob,
welcome to the show.
How are you, Bob? What's on your mind?
Well, I was listening to you guys at the gym and starting to get bored listening about the Valvoline stuff, so I figured I'd call in and you can keep me company while I run here for a little bit. How's the show going?
It's going great. Where are you? First of all, where are you running?
Well, right now I'm running by a statue of George Washington in the park north side of Pittsburgh.
Where in the world is Bob Seeger?
Teagarden. We can give you some good advice. So, however, if you see an Amtrak, don't get close to it.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Right, because.
Well, I do have the opportunity today. I'm going to get to run underneath a set of like a freight car track. And the bridges, it looks pretty old to me.
Yeah.
And it makes me nervous as hell when I run underneath it.
I don't blame you.
And I see the train going over.
Yep.
I'm always afraid that train's going to follow me. And then I think of Doc Thompson.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And do you, while you're jogging there, are you diving into a swimming pool that may be next to you and then jumping back out?
Are you in a wind tunnel?
Well, no, actually, it's a little windy out here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose those Bluetooth headphones, that probably comes up. I bet that sounds great on the air, doesn't it?
Oh, it's superb.
Oh, absolutely.
Superb.
It does. It really
I love
does.
I really love it.
Well, Bob, we hate to take you away from your jog. I mean, and you really should be paying attention to what's around you there. So safe running.
All righty then. It's good to talk to you guys.
Good to talk to you too, buddy.
I have some more questions for you. I'll call in again.
All right.
Yeah, definitely call in tomorrow.
We'll be waiting right here. You watch out for trains.
Yeah.
Just saying. Sometimes the last half hour of this, the content is just for us.
Yeah.
Sometimes the jokes are just for us, and sometimes it's just for us, and that's all.
Sometimes.
That's all that really matters.
Sometimes, but I will say this: I learned a lot today.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's really all that matters. In the meantime, if, like Bob, you want to adopt a healthy lifestyle, see, Bob's out there jogging.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's very good. If you would like to adopt some healthy lifestyle habits, we suggest that you join the Doc Thompson Healthy Lifestyle Challenge, which not only involves staying off the railroad tracks, but also eating well, taking your vitamins on a daily basis, and essentially finding ways that you can, over the long term, change your behavior so that you're not doing some of the bad things that you might be doing over the course of, if it's sugar, if it's too much caffeine, whatever it is that you may be doing that's probably causing you some health issues, we invite you to join the Healthy Lifestyle Challenge and hopefully change those. And you do that by going to either therichsolution.com and joining up there, or you can go to the Rich Solutions Facebook page and join there. And it's kind of it's like a support group for healthy living.
Yeah.
And it's not a bunch of like health food, vegetarian, all this. It's people who want to enjoy life, but make some changes in the way that they are doing things on a daily basis. Little changes, little bit at a time, not all at once, because that always fails. So therichsolution.com is the place to go. Therichsolution.com. I think we're done.
What do you mean it's last call?
Hold on, where's the whistle? Ah, see? Now, by the way, I hear every damn train whistle in this town. That is it, ladies and gentlemen, the end of Doc Thompson's Daily Mojo. But, Bob, before you go running off, before we go, as always, let's find out what we learned today. We learned that $50,000 is the price you'll pay to see Brandon Morse's hand turn Smurf blue and smell like poo.
That's what's up.
And it rhymed. We learned that I'm willing to be adopted by a pair of hot Gen Zs who are into sponge bathing an old man in retirement. I don't see what's funny. I mean, everybody needs a plan. Everybody needs a plan.
It's not a bad one.
And we learned that a woman has two hands because sandwich and beer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Otherwise, what good are two hands? The Brandon Morse, what, if anything, did you learn today?
I learned that you have an out if you end up eating all the Girl Scout cookies belonging to your significant other.
Wow.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
What is
crime? Crime.
See?
When you choose a legal an illegal crime over getting in trouble with your spouse.
Yes.
You would rather get in trouble with the police than your spouse.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd take a felony over anything.
I would take a felony over getting in trouble about.
Yep.
Yes.
Totally agree with you.
I also learned that if I oversell something, no one will believe anything.
That's a handy life skill to have.
I feel like I can really use that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree
going
with you.
forward.
112%.
Absolutely. I got to tell you, I like the idea. I learned today that I can be giving while
Please,
receiving.
in the form of a question.
All the gifts and stuff that come for Suspicious Package Friday that I can give away to charity, I will. So remember that.
Unless it's money.
Unless it's money, then it's mine.
Yes, we're keeping it. Yes. What, if anything, did the listeners learn today, by the way?
The Happy Owl, apparently, you guys are giving me a bad name. I'm Karen. Yeah.
Well, no, but being a Karen, that is not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's what I think that...
it's not a bad thing being a Karen. It's being assertive and standing up for your rights.
I think that there is being Karen and there's being a Karen.
Right.
And which are two totally different things. Being a Karen is almost kind of like a superpower. It's almost like a skill.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a skill.
I totally agree with you.
So you can be a Karen.
Right.
Just don't be Karen.
Don't be a bitch.
That's... Yeah, there are kids in the studio, Bradley.
That's not my fault. That is not my fault.
Bingo Riot said, looks like the left has come full circle. Leftist college students are all in with segregation, and they're proud of it. That is actually 100% true. I don't recall. Did we talk about something with that? I would like to, because that's a problem happening right now.
I can't remember. I'm still concerned about Bob's jogging.
You know, I hope he's okay.
I do too.
I really do hope he's okay. I feel like, let's all say a prayer for Bob Seeger.
Yeah, I know. Against the wind. Anything else? Is that it for the jackholes there?
The jackholes are apparently, they're not really put it. Said the bell count for today, by the way, is missed innuendo bells 23, actual bells 13, and 0 horns.
Ah, crap.
1!
That's it. We'll get to those new numbers on procrastination as soon as Doc returns from his Florida vacation. In the meantime, your Daily Mojo is a Ron Phillips production. Wherever you go, whatever you do, live by the 5 rules. You've got a shot at being right and being happy. Good night, Doc Thompson.
Wherever you are!
Bob, you be safe out there, damn it.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling.